Yo. Hello, hello, chat. Yo. How's it going, guys? Hello, hello. What up, chat? What up? Sorry, chat. I was running late. I know. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Forgive me. Well rested? Yeah, I feel pretty good. I got a decent enough. Yeah, I was just being productive. Shut face. What did I do? Shut face. How are you, man? I'm doing good. I just rolled out of bed a little while ago. So sometimes when I roll out of bed, I'm like half awake. And then since I was running late to stream and I needed to add 2 cosmetics today, I had to add 2 of them. See you all in 15 hours. It was, let me do some math real fast. It was 16 hours. I was off by 1. But I hope you're all doing great. I appreciate you guys being here. We're just getting started today. I just want to give you guys a heads up that there is supposed to be a 1 mil drop off. I don't know when it's supposed to be. I don't know. Your guess is as good as mine, but that's what I heard. I also heard that Silksong is getting delayed to 2026. It's what I heard, chat. Don't shoot the messenger. It's just what I heard. We are just getting started today, getting everything lined up to play some Noita. I was trying to decide on what run we're gonna do, but maybe we do, for J-Ro, we start off with a little bit of Twitch integration, maybe. Looking showcase good cooking. Let me see. We got some chefs out there. What are these chefs cooking up? Some Turkish wings. Sign me up. I'm on board. This one looks a little scarier. Actually, what was it? That one looks pretty tasty, actually. This one looks a little scary. I'm staying away from that one. These fucking... I don't even know what this is, honestly. This is like cheesy rice, and then... I don't know what's going on in the middle. I'm a little afraid. Last time I saw something that looked like this and I asked my friend, what is that? He said it's coagulated pig's blood. And I was like, what? It was, apparently it's necessary when you're eating pho. It enhances the flavor. That's braised pork? Why is it so, like, super red? That's the braise? It's like ultra red. Risotto, you uncultured fuck? Oh, is that on a risotto? Hey, the middle part I didn't know.
Smash.
Broken wand run. Only starter wands and broken wands can be used. Oh, that one's kind of a cool idea. Dunk doesn't know that last one was seafood. No, I saw it. It's I forget what's it. What are these? I forget what this is. It's not. Shit, I forget what it is. It's one of the ones I remember in watching some cooking show, and this is one of the ones they always have them cook. And they always fuck it up, and Gordon Ramsay's like, what the fuck? I forget. Scallops, yes, scallops, there we go. I had god-tier scallops in the French restaurant, some kind of corn with them. God-tier scallops?
To be fair to Dunk,
Doubt.
risotto is cheesy rice.
That is, risotto is cheesy rice. You were correct? Okay.
Dunk, I wanted to call out this awesome game which literally just released a couple days ago. It's seriously awesome, has that true immersive feeling of Mario, Zelda games.
What is this game? It just launched. Very positive, 92%. Action adventure, open world, story rich, cute. Little expensive. It's like a $30 game, currently 20% off. Let's see. What kind of recommendations is Tito making? Yeah, it does look like it offers quite a bit. I'm getting Breath of the Wild vibes. Oh shit, that looked kind of badass. Hold on.
Knightling.
The Knightling. I like the shield sliding.
The Knightling.
Parkour Breath of the Wild. That looked kind of cool, actually. I was expecting Tito to meme it up, but that actually looked kind of interesting.
I really wish you guys.
I saw Northern Line play this, and I've been playing it for a while. Could you try it? I just want to see how much you suck at it. What is it? FoodGuesser. Wait, what? FoodGuesser? Oh, God. This is not going to go well. Wait, whenever you hit the drop down, guess where the dish is from. This is from... Oh my God. Oh my God. Wait. Oh, there's too many choices. This right here, this little move right here, this is from... Chile. What? The hell does that even mean? Ice cold? God damn it. Oh, you can't even see it. Hold on. I was off a little bit. I was off. Rice, turmeric powder. Rice and turmeric are really popular in the Middle East, right? But what the hell is it's spicy. Uzbekistan? Bullshit, you got that right. Warm. I didn't even know the name. Ulihora? I have no idea where the fuck Uzbekistan is. Ah. Jordan? Ah. China? No way it's China, right? If it's India after all this, I swear to God. Wait, what was it? Hold up. It was India? Oh my God. I didn't think, hold on, that's hold up. That was too easy. I didn't know. It's just, no, it's bullshit. Hold on, one more. Okay, we're gonna play it like that. I thought they would be, you know, come on, you gotta be original. What the fuck is this? Red bell peppers, walnuts, breadcrumbs, olive oil, pomegranate molasses. God, what the fuck is this thing? I'm gonna be so curious what this tastes like. Red bell peppers and walnuts? What the fuck? No, there's no way it's turkey. No. Greece? India again? Warm? Morocco? I'm cheating. I'm going off of chat. Chat's carrying me. Cool. Wrong way? There's no way it's Turkey. You guys are fucking full of shit. Borders. No! I went the wrong way. Syria? Is this Syria?
What's the big deal? It doesn't hurt anybody. Fuck, fuckity, fuck.
How would you like to go see the school
It was Syria. Fuck, I would have never guessed that one.
You guys could see this guy.
Called it. I would actually want to try this. I don't know how the fuck you're supposed to eat it. It sounds interesting though. Red bell peppers, walnuts, breadcrumbs, olive oil. And then you got the pomegranate molasses. I'm like, what the fuck does this even taste like?
Oh, I really wish you...
Your ignorance of Middle East cuisine is concerning given your personal connection with it. First off, like, okay, that must not be very popular because I never heard of that.
Play this so we can laugh at you.
No more play this. Let's play some Noita. We're here for some Noita. All I'm saying is I have never in my life seen, I've never even heard of the combination of like red bell pepper and walnuts. That already was blowing my mind. I was like, wait, what? When I hear bell pepper, I think of like, I don't know, a lot of the foods from like Mexican food and stuff.
Shall we do this thing?
Oh. It has happened, chat. It has happened. Roel just dropped off 1 million channel points. Yes, that is actually 1 million. If anybody's curious, if you're logged in on Twitch when you're watching the stream, you'll see your channel points go up. This motherfucker here, Roel, has been here forever. Been here since the early days, back in 2021. He's been subscribed for 48 months, 4 years, and he has crossed the 1 mil marker. Nothing left to do but smile, smile, smile. Smile it up. I got Ted60 says, what is this edging? Yes, it is unlocked. So to celebrate this special moment, anytime a community member actually has the what's the word I'm looking for? The the reliability, the consistency, the mental strength to hold on and not deposit any sweat. The mental fortitude, maybe? I don't know. They held on to his sweat all the way till he had 1 million channel points. The reason that can be kind of tricky to do is because along the journey, sometimes whenever there's a cosmetic that comes out, people are like, shit, I need some sweat for that. So they deposit some of their channel points. But not Roel. Roel held on to his sweat till he had 1 million. So to commemorate this this moment, to commemorate this shit, if you type in his username, !Roel, you'll be given a free cosmetic in our channel. It's one for your sweatling. If you're curious what it is, actually, honestly, I don't even know a ton about it. All I know is it's apparently medallion, the Grateful Dead medallion. It was made by the wonderful and amazing artist Violet. Let me show you guys what it looks like. I mean, you guys are already seeing it down there. Also, let me type in the command so I get it myself. Hey, let me look in Snix's backpack. Let's see if he got it. Boom. Yes, there it is right there. I don't know if the animation time is perfect. Violet hadn't posted it, so I had to kind of like guess. So that it may get slightly slower or slightly faster. But yes, this is the Grateful Dead medallion. So if you're curious, when a person gets 1 million channel point deposit, they're usually able to come up with something that they feel, you know, maybe something special to them. I have no idea what made Roel ask Violet to create the Grateful Dead medallion. That's a conversation they had. Wait, I heard Violet. Where is she? Where's she vrooming? God damn it. Hold on, let me /user it. And yes, I will redeem it myself in 1 second. I think I already did, didn't I? There, I'll do it again just in case. /user. What I miss, Violet? Looks good. All right. So I just guessed. I took a shot in the dark. I put it at like a 0.5 Violet. Originally, I did 0.1 and it was like really slow. So I was like, double it? Double that speed? Hell yeah. But shout out to Violet for always being awesome. And anytime somebody gets to 1 million channel points, creating these special cosmetics to commemorate them crossing the 1 mil marker. Thank you. And then, of course, shout out to Roel for doing the hard work and sweating it up all the way to 1 mil. Where am I at on this? Oh, wait, no, this is... yeah, there we go. So I got my medallion. It's in my backpack. So for the next... let me start a timer. I'm going to just put it at 15 minutes. For the next 15 minutes... You guys can just type this command in and you get it for free. And then at the end, so if you're a VOD watcher, I'm sorry it's too late. It's locked up. But for people here live, snag it while you can. Well, while we're letting the time go by to celebrate the 1 million deposit from Roel, let's go ahead and play a little bit of Twitch integration. We'll decide on what our longer run is going to be in a little bit. I doubt we'll do anything sciencey today in Noita, just because if you guys were here yesterday we did a run where there was lots of sciencey stuff going on. In fact, hold on, let me just hit new game real fast. In fact, I was learning lots of stuff yesterday during Noita. Some stuff that I had never tried before, and the chat was, you know, saying try this, and they were like, you know, oh, did you know that if you do this, this happens? It was pretty cool stuff. It was definitely a day of Noita learning, and the result was that we ended up with a couple of really cool looking GIFs showing off actual vanilla Noita, how you can change the gold into other colors, which I didn't even know was a thing. So very cool shit. This one's diminution, in case you're curious, and then because of this, lots of people in the community actually ended up doing other kinds of colors too. Latali showed one with slime. George showed one with concentrated mana. There was definitely lots of cool shit going on. Wait, which one is it? And then we had another one here. Yeah. In yesterday's run, we were hunting for the large idol, a green version of the large idol, which is 200,000 gold. It was really cool. All right, what's our range right now? Our range is 18 to 25. Let's just go with the classic for a bit, see how it feels. Apply. All right, let's get warmed up. Dunk QC over here. What did I do? By the way, you guys have 30 seconds, and the command is being put up, the Roel command, to celebrate the 1 mil deposit. Roel, thanks again, man, for all the lurkage, all the sweat accumulation. And shout outs to Vialet for adding another awesome cosmetic to the community.
Why raise the range? We didn't even kill you last run of the stream yesterday, Kappa.
A real Texan would have dodged that.
You didn't kill me the last... Okay, Kappa. Hilarious.
Take the fight.
Interesting. He's just stuck and dying. Nice. That's a good sign. That's a good sign for today.
Hell excuses, right hand on the Bible. God can strike me down if I'm lying. That motherfucker's cheating. Take my word.
Take my word. Whenever this run ends, we are locking up the cosmetic for Roel, and the only people that will ever have it are the people... Well, I guess you could trade it away, but
he is drenched.
the point is no new people will be able to get their hands on it unless they trade for somebody else's. There will no be new... There'll be no more new ones created. Let's put it that way. Okay, put that there. And I'll shout out all the subs in a moment too. Sorry I got kind of behind. We've just been doing so much stuff. We've been yapping. Chat was teaching me about geography and food and fucking sea life. It's been an educational start to the stream. But now we're in Noita mode. And then after we get done doing TI for a while, we'll decide what's the fun run to do for today. Ooh. That's a crazy wand to find in the fucking the coal pits.
Wow.
The graphic is called Steal Your Face, by the way. Huh? Steal your face? Can't tell if you're trolling. Wait, let me see if there is... I do like this. Oh, man. Yeah, it is. Let's go, let's go. Not a bad start to today, by the way. Like, we're usually getting warmed up. You're gonna get screwed a bit by playing sloppy, but today... Smooth gameplay so far. We have a boss killer. We can leave that. And then there we go. I like it. I'll do that. It's a baby range. It's not a baby range. It's a highly respected range. It's a professional range. Can't keep up with me. Too easy. Too easy. Yeah, you guys did melee enemies when I'm melee immune. You guys are adorable. You know what, chat? Never change.
Oh yeah, Dunk, on the topic of geography. Today is the GeoGuessr Global Grand Finals.
Dude, that GeoGuessr stuff blows my mind. I've seen clips of it in the past. I don't get it, man. They look at like two blades of grass and they're just like, alright, and I am in Sweden. I'm just like, what the fuck? Yeah, that's Minnesota grass for sure. Like, wait, I know that blade of grass. My neighbor. Teleport rideshare. Okay, this is kind of scary, It's a whole chain reaction of explosives. But luckily I'm a god gamer and I just slipped right past it. No problem. Oh, that is not... Oh! New game plus enemies is kind of spicy.
Bottle_brush says, you dishonor Roel with this baby range on screen with their name.
You can't speak for Roel. How dare you? How dare you? Facts? No, not facts. I like the idea of a GeoGuessr that's getting progressively closer to the person's location. I feel like these guys that are getting really good at GeoGuessr, like freakishly good, they're just getting like, you know, calls from like the government and stuff, like trying to hire them afterwards. They're like, the skill is very useful. Please join us. Like, nah, I'm good. I just want to play GeoGuessr. You could save lives. Nah, I'm good. Ooh. Oh. You know what? We're gonna go through the wall. This is kind of scary. I think they memorize reoccurring locations in the pool. Hey, does it work like that? I thought it was just, it can just like hit anywhere. I don't know if it's like reoccurring. That'd be a little bit lame. The government hiring people, saving lives. What does Dunk think this is? Okay, let me reword it then. We could track down people trying to skip out on their taxes more accurately. Is that better? Does that help? We could freedomize some oil. We could freedomize some oil. Sure. We have no immunities. I mean, we are melee vulnerable. Melee. We are melee. Oh, that's a dead end. What am I doing? What am I doing? New player, please go easy on me. Oh my god. That was kind of amazing. Sometimes I even impress myself, chat. Oh, that guy just shot the explosive right next to me. Oh, this is so lame. Gets saved by chat and congratulates himself for it. What? Are you trying to steal credit for those moves I just pulled off? Absolutely filthy. Downright disgusting. Oh my god. This is so stupid. That's so dumb. That's so dumb. New game plus enemies and blind. Give me a break. He's like, alright, you can't see. The enemies are stronger. Your keyboard's broken. Your monitor turned off. At what point is it just dumb? Your house is on fire. No, it wasn't. Listen, you little shit. Wait, well, hold on. Which one of them was that playing that? Was that Force? I heard that Crimea River crap. Just so you know, that may be one of the last times you play that, you little shit. Well, where was it? Yes, Force. You know what? I'm going to take this moment to shit on Force's happiness. Here, I'll show you.
Is that the first time blind has actually done anything?
What?
I swear every time we use it is the most pointless like Dunk going into the HM.
All right, I'm gonna leak some DMs real fast with some dunk VODs, but listen, don't ignore this up here. I need another remove this chat audio clip. I need another remove this chat audio clip request from you. Cry Me a River, Justin Timberlake. There's like 3 other ones, but I haven't had the problem with those as often. Force. I'm looking at you, friend. I'm looking at you. No, that thumbnail, in case you're curious, if you're like, what the hell was that thumbnail? It's because I was ranking games how I liked them, and there's obviously they're just making troll thumbnails, acting like Doki Doki is like some good ranked game. No, Noita was obviously S tier. Doki Doki was like, I don't know, C or B tier or some shit. All right, chat. It's time to lock up the cosmetic. By the way, I'm assuming every single person that's in the chat right now has already typed !Roel, which you saw on the top of the screen and has been there forever. But it's time to lock it up because the reason we did it is we were celebrating the 1 million deposit that Roel did. Thanks again for the lurkage, dude. But that's only a limited time cosmetic, so only the people that were here to celebrate that crazy sweaty moment are able to get their hands on it. So if you're watching the VODs, the only way you can get it now is you must trade for somebody who already grabbed it. So locking it up.
What did I do but play my sound effect at the perfect timing, sir? Not my fault you're old and can't win anymore and lost your goddamn status.
Hey, I'm just saying, karma's a bitch and it's coming for you, Force. It's true. Boom, cosmetic is locked up, and if you didn't grab it, that's not my problem. You were too slow. I snagged it already. I snagged it. Hey, some of you were too slow. Some of you were too slow. Let me put away the command. Roel is our community member that collected 1 million channel points.
I missed the Roel. No, I just came here. Reopen for 2 seconds, please.
No. No. Hey, that's why we have the trade system. So you guys can start, if you missed it, you can find somebody that has it right now and trade with them.
Your
Easy.
Noita full run video helped me get my first win. A
Hey.
bunch of your other stuff on YT too. Took
Yo.
me 150 deaths and like 40 hours. First time I've been able to watch you go live. Thank you,
Hey.
bald man.
Wait, hold up. Hold on, you were cooking for a bit. Hold on, what's that last part? Fucking how's he already been fucking brought to the dark side? How's the new guy start off in the dark side? Damn it, chat. Saturn, thank you for the 10, man. Congratulations on the dub. I'm sorry to hear about your eyesight being damaged. I mean, what's impressive is that even with your poor vision, because clearly you're blind as fuck if you can't see this hair, but you still managed to get a win in Noita, which is impressive. New guys learn the moment they step into Twitch chat. They do not. If anything, I get people saying, what the hell are they talking about spamming ball? That's what the new guys say. At what point would you stop removing sounds due to YouTube stuff? What if the weeb sounds cause issues? Would you remove them all? Of course. Of course. What's up with the New Game Plus crap, man? When did George Costanza start playing Noita? Wait. What?
It's not a lie. If you believe it.
It's not a lie. If you believe it. Well said, George. Well said. Alright. I don't really need any. I'll take the contact damage. Actually, that's perfect for us, because now when we free stuff, contact is considered melee. So, it's like an insta. Damn. Sorry, I'm going to be doing that for a little bit. When I first wake up the last couple days, it's been like where I have to like keep clearing my throat, which is annoying, I know, but when I'm yapping a lot, I need to be able to yap without my voice freaking giving out. Dude. You know what? This could work out nicely. You ever coming after that sound effect when you would also be going after my other sound effect? Just saying. But I mean, yes. Hey, I didn't select those sound effects. You guys did. Take it up with them for DMCA and that shit. You played with fire and you got burned. Oh, baby. Thank God I was quick on that shit. Always playing. Oops. Wait, what? The fuck? Okay. Always playing a backup. You know what? I'm gonna go with perk lottery. All I need is 1 frame. Dude, I've been off lately. I've been off. I think it's whatever the hell's happening with my voice and shit. It's just messing with my head. Second puberty, you guys wouldn't understand. Holy... Okay. Gotta wait out the teleport ride share. Can we do that? No, don't roll all the way down. Oh. We good. We are good. What is this range? It's a highly respected range. That's what it is. Excuse me? Excuse me?
On my way adding the Just Cook and Die vote to TI. 95% chance of appearing.
For real. That's our TI updaters right there. That's their mindset.
I really wish you guys could see this guy right now. He is drenched in sweat.
It's fine. It's fine. That wasn't even a good run. It wasn't a bet. Doesn't matter. Didn't count. Wasn't a bet. Didn't matter. Didn't count. Weird, mine didn't show up. Sometimes the resubs, if you ever resub and it doesn't show up on the stream or it doesn't do the alert or whatever, sometimes you have to wait up to like 30 minutes to an hour, and then people like will refresh the page, and at the bottom in your chat it'll say like share your sub. I don't know why it delays it for some users and others it doesn't. I think it's just like Twitch, whenever they get, you know, backed up or they're having some server issues, sometimes it will delay the resub message pops, like the share the sub kind of thing. It's jank. Just some jank shit. Small, yeah, it's a small indie company. Come on, guys. Go easy on them. They're a small company. They're running off of like, you know, 20 bucks and some Arby's coupons. They don't have enough funds to get it working reliably. Slurp. Slurp. I once saw an option, share your hair, and thought, man, Dunk really is desperate for wig material. What the hell website are you on? Yeah, some hamsters on wheels running, keeping the servers powered. You know how it goes. Hard times. Okay, what is going on here? There's just, everything is garbage. Okay. After all of that, I just ran to a dead end. I'm trying to show the community greatness, and RNG just bends me over. Ridiculous. Hey, wasn't a bet though. Thank
You
God.
guys could see this guy right now. He is drenched in sweat.
Thank God. Dunk, have you ever noticed the cave entrance into the mines is shaped like a fish making kissy lips? What? Oh, right here? I don't know. I think that's reach. I think you guys see what you want to see. Fish making kissy lips. That's a non-consenting fish at best. What? What? Wait. Listen, I don't know why this popped in my head, but you have the furry community. Are there furries that identify as fish? They belong to the Scalies? We talked about this? I don't think we talked about that before. Of course. Vaporeons? Wait, you asked this before? I think we talked about reptiles. I didn't think about fish. Never really thought about a person identifying as a fish. They're the fins. They're the fins. Baby shark is one. That was a hell of a swap. Oh, I don't have any. Alright, we have an issue. Oops, swap to freedom. Swapping my way to freedom. There's so many shark furries. Yeah, I did not know this. Knowledge is power. I don't know what power this has given me, but yeah. Don't need any of these. Actual garbage. Actual garbage.
I really wish you guys could see this guy right now. He is drenched in sweat.
No. Explosion immunity. Alright. Let me show my skills on this one. We lock the fuck in. I'm pretty sure Miksu put out an update. I swear he put out an update changing the rate at which they move. There's something is off. Something is not adding
I
up.
really wish you guys could see this guy right now. He is drenched in sweat.
No. One frame gamer. Come on. You're telling me my reaction speed is the thing that you're doubting, not Miksu's coding? That is where... Yes? No. No reasonable person would say that.
What the hell was that nonsense?
It's fine. In Miksu we trust? No, in Miksu we doubt. Got it backwards. Get me the hell out of there. Cat Lady Claire, thank you for the support. Appreciate you for the 3-month primage. A little bit of trolling. Doing a little bit of trolling. Dr. Kilbrew with a 10-monther. How's the toupee tonight? Oh my god. First off, it's not a toupee. This is my hair. I know you're thinking, oh, how's that possible to have hair that looks that good? It's all natural, baby. How it goes. Homegrown. All natural. Okay, this is really lame. How is... Where did that... Classic Noita. Watch this. I mean, I wasn't perfectly fine or anything, but I was kind of waiting for this to dissipate slightly, and then all of a sudden there was this surge of freezing vapor that just decided, you know what? Fuck walls, and just phased right through it and murdered me. No ambrosia, no win. I think the bet will give you the strength you need. I think you may be right, Lystat. I think you may be right. That's what you get for calling me a scaly. I didn't call you a scaly. I was asking a question. It's important to be informed. I was simply trying to learn more about the world. The term is guppy, and there are dozens of them. I can't tell if you're being serious or not. Is there anybody that's part of this guppy community that can weigh in? Weigh in at 0 pounds. There are dozens of us. Me, Glub Glub. Hey. You know, if that's how you feel is the best way to express yourself, I hope you live a long, guppy life. Do people that dress up as mer people count as guppies? Do people dress up as mer people outside of maybe like cosplay? I knew a girl, yes. I mean, like, I know of the furry community and everything. I just never see anybody being like, hey, I'm a fish. And they're like, what, do they just, like, paint scales on themselves, I guess? Because there's people that, like, wear, like, the dog collars and shit, and they're like, yes, I'm a dog. But what is a fish? Do they just, like, just walking around like a, I don't know. No, a snorkel wouldn't make any sense. I don't know what they'd be walking around with. A hook in their mouth. I am fish. I identify as a sushi chef. Is that, are you threatening to kill the guppy community? We do not condone violence around here. We are pro guppy. Ask your brother, he was eating fish food. True, true. Maybe he does belong to the guppy community. He could educate me on this stuff. I could learn so much. Are you kidding me? Had teleport for what, like 0.2 seconds? Dr. Kilbrew, though, I appreciate the 10-month resub. And you too there, Sanctum Skyfall with the Prime 2-monther. Thank you, my dude. Whoop. Into the mountain we go. But yeah, I hope you guys are doing lots of gaming, lots of sweating. Lots of sweating. Well, I guess sweating, yeah, I guess when you're playing Noita. But I have no idea what games are everybody on right now. I think somebody said there was like a PoE update or some shit, which I guess probably would be pretty sweaty gaming. Sweaty gaming is the best kind of gaming. When you try harden it up to the max. Hell yeah. Played a bunch of Dune and Rocket League earlier. I feel like I haven't heard too many people talking about Dune lately. For a bit, it was like all over the place. And, you know, all this Dune love, but it just kind of vanished. I guess the newness wore off a little bit. Spyro 3? Wait, what? Spyro 3? Last Epoch. I know of this game. I don't really hear people talk about it too often these days either. Trials of Tav BG3 mod that turns it into a roguelike. So a Baldur's Gate mod that turns it into a roguelike. Oh my god, I spent an extra life. You played some RL? I don't know if you're playing Rocket League or you're playing real life. Either ways, I hope it went good. I started the Rift Breaker yesterday. The addiction is real. The Rift Breaker. I don't think I've heard of this one, Pseudo. Yeah, I know that people are waiting on Silksong, but you gotta do something on the weekend, right? If you're waiting on Silksong, just staring at the countdown for it, that's gonna drive you insane. You gotta find a game to help pass the time. What do you think about a Noita 2? I would love a Noita 2, but is unlikely. Guess the gaming community is just Dune with it. Don't be proud of that. That was dad joke at best. Okay, we can tell you again. I'm playing Dominion 6 multiplayer. My group is on turn 51, and we are 3 months into the game. Oh shit, 3 months. That's hardcore. I like it. The sweaty gaming life. Not enough people are willing to commit. Really sweat it up in the fun games, man. They want that 10 minutes of dopamine, little Fortnite match, and then that's it. Gotta be more like jumper cables over here. In a 3-month-long game. Respect. Oh, shit. Riftbreaker is fun. I'm interested. Watch this. Dice is nice. God damn it. Back to Minecraft modded with a kitchen sink mod pack.
I'm back to Minecraft modded with a kitchen sink mod pack.
Well, I don't even know what that means. A kitchen sink mod pack? Does it add a kitchen sink to Noita? Or to the Minecraft? Lots of mods. Oh. The kitchen sink. Everything but the kitchen sink. God damn it. It's fine. It's fine. Wasn't a bet. So just a ton of mod packs, though. People call it a kitchen sink. You said that one was a bet, though? No, I did not say that one was a bet. But you know what? I'll go ahead and open the bets right now for the next run. No Man's Sky pulled you in again? Damn. The game's been hanging around. No Man's Sky, I've been impressed that they were able to rebrand, or not brand, I mean, I guess kind of rebrand. They didn't really, basically just to revitalize their image. It's been impressive. They did that. It's been holding up for years now. Noita Solar TI 13 to 37. Boom. The bet will. It was not for this run. It's for the next run. So go ahead and get your predictions in. No Man's Sky update looks awesome. Oh wait, they're still getting content. What the fuck? I didn't know that they still got content. Kind of crazy. Large free update just dropped this week. Oh, so I'll probably be hearing quite a few people saying they're playing some No Man's Sky again. I had no idea. No idea. We shit on Dunkbot, but its response time is pretty fast. It's actually slowed down on purpose for rate limiting. To make sure. So what it does is it will like kind of pace out the rate at which it sends messages and stuff to make sure that Twitch doesn't say like it's a spam bot. That's why sometimes you'll notice that there's like a little bit of variance. So like I typed my whatever command and it took like 7 seconds for it to respond. It's because like the bot was making sure it didn't cross any thresholds, so it held it back on purpose for a bit. Guess I'll grab that. Where are we? There's literally no way. There's only one route to go. It's not like I can make a choice here. All the other ones are dead ends. That's a dead end as well. That's a dead end as well. This puzzle is like the least puzzly puzzle of all time. There was no choices. It was just one route. Follow it. Dunk learning what a puzzle is. No, I mean, you usually head down, like, different paths, whatever. There wasn't even paths. It was, like, instantly. It's just like a long hallway with no options. You happen to spawn in the dead end? Yeah, that's what it seemed like. We started in the spot that it's supposed to kind of like trick you into. So then there was nowhere to go but the correct route. Dunk confirmed, doesn't understand mazes. No, that's not how it works. You don't understand mazes. They're supposed to be like routes that you could think, oh, this is the route, and then when you follow it all the way through, you realize, oh, it leads to nothingness. It's not like, oh, you walk 2 steps and like dead end, 2 steps dead end. Because you instantly will piece together, well, that route isn't good. You're not supposed to realize the route is the wrong route immediately. What happened there? Did my statue break into pieces? My statue literally split in half. Oh my god. Okay. Okay, let me teach you what a maze is supposed to be like. And I'm leaving it in white mode, because if we make it into black mode, you guys are going to scream pirate software. So, look. When you are... Chat, no. Hold on. So picture there's like this route and stuff you're trying to make. You're the X, right? Okay, chat, I swear to God. When you're trying to find your way out of a maze, I didn't think I'd have to explain what a maze is to you guys, but here we are.
Was this essentially how you felt when the statue betrayed you?
You are supposed to be like walking along, you go here, like, oh, it's a dead end. Then you backtrack, right? Then you try a different route.
Comparable to pirate software? Nobody gave you shit for having same paint Yapatons WECANT.
But if you looked at that last maze we just did, Jesus Christ, you guys, I'm muting for a second. I can't even get a goddamn sentence out. Hold up. Okay, so we are here. The problem was the dead ends were like this. You go here, you turn left. No, it's a dead end. Okay, you turn right, dead end. Okay. Okay, dead end. Dead end. Dead end. You're there. There is no alt. You're supposed to have like alt paths where you get stuck and then it leads to nothing. Not like one fucking step and you're just like, oh, it's just a dead end. That is how a maze is meant to be made. You pieces of shit. What is the alternative, Dunk? Longer dead ends? Well, yes, that is the whole point of a maze. It's not supposed to be, you're not supposed to just see the route because it is the only route. You're supposed to, your eyes are supposed to naturally start to go down other pathways because you can't really see the ending of them. So you don't find out until you're like in a little ways down the route that you're like, oh, dead end. You've been in a corn maze? Corn maze also, same idea. Bald software. Come on, Chad. All right, we're closing the bets. I was stalling for you. I was stalling. Bets are closing. Let's do this. You're trying to explain why a maze designed for rats is too hard. No, I was explaining the opposite. That last maze was like, I think it fucked up somehow. It was too easy is what I was trying to say. Something got really messed up on that last one. Hold on, what did Mixu say? I heard your feedback. You don't want to see the dead ends. I'll add the blindness effect. Shut the hell up. No. That's not how that works. That is not how that works. Alright. Shop will be right after this bet. Frosty, I'm gonna make you proud. This one's for Frosty and all the guppies out there. I got you. Chat may have laughed at you and your lifestyle, but they just don't understand.
Literally water can solve the maze, and you spent half an hour complaining WECANT.
You guys weren't even listening to the complaint, because I wasn't complaining about it being too hard. The point was it was too easy. You didn't even listen to the complaint! You're complaining about a complaint that you didn't even hear.
Yay, imagine listening to your yappage WECANT squared.
And that's why I'm gonna win this. Just silence the haters. Oh my gosh, that chest dropped a bomb. Blocking out the haters.
I had to complain minus the plane.
Drain Lord, what? 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 Complain minus the plane. Yuck. Too easy. Oh, that gold right there is gonna fuck with me. Oh my god, it did. It did. Steve, be cool. We're friends. We're friends. This is lame. This is lame. This is lame.
Knock knock. Who's there? I eat mock.
Dude, what was this? I was getting so overwhelmed. There was like no way out of it. Buoyancy was actually just a death sentence. There was no way. It was actually a dead... Was that a dead end? I think that was a dead end. I don't know. I think it was. Meaning like we were dead on many levels. He died already? Dude, we got scammed.
US was a bet on a baby range. Cry me a river.
I think that was the first time today you guys voted for Circle of Buoyancy. You got it at like the exact perfect moment.
Perhaps floating back towards Steve was the wrong play after all. Who knew?
Floating back towards Steve. It wasn't like it's buoyancy. You just have to get buoyancy off of you. You don't really get a choice.
I've never played this game before and I have no idea what is happening, but that's okay because this stream is funny.
I feel like some people don't understand how buoyancy works.
Someone clip it from the point he says too easy.
Okay, that was some nonsense. It's because Circle of Buoyancy. It was the full clip. It was just buoyancy was fucked, man.
Serves you right for flashbanging chat. Open paint and explain why you died now.
Because buoyancy is actually bugged. What? Chat, can I get a zoom in? Can I get an enhance? Can I get an enhance on that
I
one?
equals lame.
Oh,
Bullshit.
that's
Use
what
your
it
god
said.
gamer skills. Unless you've lost your touch and can't even win a 13 to
Chat,
37
you are
bet.
just yapping today. You are in full yap mode. You're just you're yap maxing is what's happening. Chat is full on yap maxing today. All right, let's close this. Close this. What is the daily run gonna be today? First time I had a streak over 7 and you fucking threw it on a baby range. What?
Least negative TI believer streak.
Aqua, shut up. No, 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 no. Fresh file, all boss run. Sure, we could do that. You guys want to do that? I think that sounds like a good time, Snicks. I think that sounds like a good time. Fresh file, all boss run. Let's do it. Original. What's so special about a fresh file? Nothing really, but some people like to see it because they, you know, like people think that they get that idea of how like roguelikes work because a lot of the meta progression stuff that goes on in games like Binding of Isaac and all that. So it is nice to show that on a fresh file, pretty much just looks like a regular Noita run. You just don't, you know, you don't say, oh, hopefully the next Holy Mountain has a Greek letter in it. It's like, oh, I mean, unless you're playing the daily run, it still doesn't matter. All boss fresh run, all boss run, fresh file, plus you choose one pillar thing from each of the 5 pillars. I dig it. We could do that. All right. Give me 1 second. I'll explain what the run's going to be, but it is going to be done on a completely fresh file just to show to any new guys out there. Some people think that, you know, you need some kind of meta progression. No, you can, once you get an understanding of the game, every run is has the same potential, whether your file has done a ton of stuff on it or whether your file has nothing on it. You have the same potential. There's only slightly different results in some RNG. That's about it, but nothing too significant. Let me do the second shop of the day so you guys can be snagging it up while I'm getting set up for the run, and then I'll talk through what we are going to try to accomplish today. Okay, so what I have done is I've taken my all kinds of saves we've done through all of our other events and stuff. So I take the save 00 and all I do is I made a copy of it just in case something goes really wrong. But then I also put it in the backup folder. I just moved it here. There's our save 00. So by there not being a save 00, I'm pretty sure now when we launch Noita, it's gonna be like, oh shit, we need to make a fresh file. Let's see, and then I gotta set up the only one stuff in a second. Yeah, so there you go. We got ourselves a brand new fresh file. All right, refresh streamer wands. Let's check if it's working. Chat, I'm gonna need you guys help me test this. Spark bolt, bomb, water start. Pretty vanilla start. Okay, spark bolt, bomb, water, show progress table, no progress at all, just the spark bolt that we just fired, and show pillars, no pillars at all. Nice. So it is a fresh file that we're on right now, and if you want this information, if you want to be able to track today's run, it will update all of this automatically. Test 60 has set it up that way, and we're about to put it to the test. So !mark wand will give you this link. If you can do it anytime during the run today while you're here live, and it should auto update as we're going along. So here's the challenge. I'll open the bets too, so you guys can place your bets while we're beginning. It is I'm gonna put Noita fresh file. We say fresh file all boss. Okay, let me grab the title as well. Are you going to do it on the daily? Do you guys want me? I thought so. If you guys want, I can do it on the daily run, but the fresh file won't factor in as much. I mean, it will still factor in, but you got to remember that the daily run can give you some things even if you've never like you know, done them or whatever. Use this seed. All right, we can just stay on this one then. We'll stay on this one. All right, nope, no daily. Okay, we'll stay on this run right here, right? Just play on the one that we're on right now. So fresh file, all boss run. So hold on. before I open the bets, one little bit of spice that we're adding on top of it. I'm not going to put it in the title of the thing because it's just too much information to put in the title. But we're going to try to do at least one thing. So see all these, there's huge pillars to each. This one has 15, this one has 12, this one has 6, this one has 16, 12, 15. I believe we are going to do one thing from each. We can do more than one, but at least one from every one of these. So by the end of this run, we should have accomplished at least one from every one of these. That's extra spice on top of it, because we're also going to be testing out to see how this works, if it's working correctly. So, and then from there, just all boss run on a fresh file. That's the challenge. Boom. Bet is open. All right. We've covered everything. Bets are open. Let's begin our fresh file run. Yes, we're going to try to kill all bosses today, so could get spicy. All right, let's do a little bit of water levitating and probably fail at it like 5 times first. Let's see, get this right above my head. All right. Not the greatest. Not the greatest water levitation, but it'll work. Oh yeah, no reason really.
I know we turn into little shits when you lose bets, but most folks probably couldn't survive those TI runs. You still lost though. Can't help but being a little shit.
Mods, punch that guy. I forgot, since we're doing fresh file, there's no heart up here. So there really isn't much advantage to me grabbing this orb right now, other than if I want that spell, Sea of Lava. We may end up utilizing something like that later, but for now, no reason. Don't you still get a heart? No, you just get the spell. And then in the future, it will always have hearts there in that place. So that is one of those things that is kind of like meta progression like, right? Because we would have 25 health more if we weren't on a fresh file.
True, but most folks don't tout supposedly being god gamers.
What are you yapping about? This acid ball is nice. That means we have a way out of our very first holy mountain. Very nice, very nice. And remember, this is just a random seed. We didn't choose the daily run or anything like that, just because daily run can, you know, you can see spells that you've never unlocked and all that crap just show up in holy mountains. The daily run has a kind of a separate set of rules. Chat wanted to see an actual fresh run on a fresh file, fighting all bosses. They really won't. It's just going to look like a regular run. If anything, it's more like kind of clickbaity for new guys that think that meta progression actually plays like this massive role and all that. Reality, you're just going to watch it and you're going to be like, oh, that's just pretty much felt like it was every run that he does. You know, there was not really too big of a difference. Besides little stuff like that one heart not being there, though. That is obviously something. That could be the death of us, missing that 25 HP. I hope not. I respect Dunk for openly admitting to clickbaiting people. No, it's not clickbait in that sense. Listen, okay, it is a little bit, but for the most part, people clickbait. It's just like, kind of feels like it's dishonest. If that makes sense. This one spell changed my life, and you're like, did it actually? I don't think that changed your life. I think you literally just continued your life the same, whether that spell existed or not. Luckily, Noita doesn't really have too much of that going on. The community is usually for real for the most part. But yeah, what I posted is definitely true. Like, it is a fresh file. It's more like, I don't know if it'll have any drastic changes that they're hoping for.
Fireball orbit surely changed my life a lot.
Yeah.
Stop the cat.
Yeah. The fireball orbit can be really helpful. I feel like we haven't had any fireball orbit runs recently. I don't know why. I just haven't been using it as much lately. Maybe it's just been my mood. You do go through different moods in Noita too. Since you're using a title that's going to clickbait a lot of worse players like me, could you put some extra effort into explaining your decision? You got it, Cubone. Sure thing, my dude. If you have any questions, don't ever be afraid to ask, but I'll do my best to not leave you with too many questions. One of the things when it comes to like wand grabbing, it's really like opinionated. Like, there are certain people that are like, you should use this, you don't use this. So that's one thing when grabbing wands. Try not to obsess too much about every decision that I make, because the reality is it's like you just got your own personal preference. So somebody who grabs his bubble spark, some people just like the spell. I don't use it a ton, but one cool thing about it is it actually has this really crappy digging, which may sound silly, but any digging at all can be really nice in Noita if you get in a really desperate spot. It is one of the few early game spells that can actually dig away at terrain. So you'll see some players make this early grab just for this one aspect. Some people grab it because they plan to use it for damage later. But for me, I don't have any plans yet. But who knows? I may backtrack. If I find myself in a rough spot later where I need some really basic digging, yes, I will grab that bubble. But for now, nah, the wands aren't really that great. Ow. Damn little Hammus. One of the things that drives a lot of new players a little crazy when they watch me play is that they're getting frustrated because they see that I let gold disappear pretty regularly. Like, I don't always rush for it because gold isn't that big of a deal. You want to have gold, don't get me wrong, but it's not worth sacrificing a little bit of HP to like grab up like 20 gold. That's probably one of the biggest mistakes I see new players make. They'll rush for it because they're like, oh, there's a nugget there. It's like, yeah, but you're probably gonna take like 10 damage to get your hands on that nugget. It's definitely not worth it. Oil potion. So we have kind of an interesting start that we could make right now. We could go flum, mix it with oil, and blood. And if you mix those three things, you can actually make unstable polymorphine. It's a pretty strong start. In fact, recently we did that. It was funny because there was like I think there was a couple new guys, similar situation to right now, where we were like, hey, let's give helpful information to people that may be interested. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna mix 3 ingredients together. I showed this recently, and the time I showed it, it actually looked terrible. It did not go smoothly. So maybe this time we'll go a little more smooth. So what we're going to try to do is we're going to try to mix 3 materials in the flask, in a flask. It's going to be oil, flum, and blood. I can't remember which is the one that you want as the dominant ingredient, so I always forget. Depending on what's the dominant ingredient can make it create whatever you're looking to make much faster. And yes, I do want that telly over there too. Let's see if we can... Hey, get in the flask. The flask, man. Okay. Come on, isn't it supposed to be making... Are we missing something? Oil, flum. Oh yeah, there it goes. Alright, you're getting a little too wild now. There we go. There we go. We got it to flip, finally. So we just made a ton of unstable polymorphine. It mixed all in the flask. Sometimes it can mix in like weird ratios and stuff, but that one finally popped off and like most of the flum turned into unstable polymorphine. So now that we made our own custom unstable polymorphine, we're going to utilize this in a little bit to get some nice resources. But this is an unstable teleportatium. We can mix this with slime, and that also gives us a pretty nice flask. So we don't need the oil anymore because we used what we collected it for. The polymorphine's also getting kind of useless now. The reason I was holding on to the polymorphine was because polymorphine does allow us to turn ourselves into a sheep. And so if I needed to exit the Holy Mountain, all I need to do is sheep myself, and then I can fly through the Holy Mountain exit. The exit doesn't see that the player left, so the exit doesn't collapse. That was the reason to hold on to it. It's kind of dangerous. It's a really dangerous move to make because you could definitely get yourself killed in that process. So what we're going to do, anytime you're saying, okay, I don't need this polymorphine anymore, but you're planning to do a long run, I recommend that you put the polymorphine somewhere that isn't going to screw you over. So what I do is I pour it into lava. Polymorphine actually interacts with lava in such a way that it evaporates, meaning that it pretty much is deleting itself. The gas does dissipate pretty quickly. Since this is a new save file, which is the least useful spell that's locked in an orb? Follow-up question, which spell would you highlight in its place to show importance to new players? It really depends on what your goals are. That one on top of the mountain that you saw there, the Sea of Lava, if you're doing a fresh file sun quest, that Sea of Lava is actually pretty cool because one of the things that some players will struggle with is you have to like activate the sun seed. Like, there's like all these steps, right? You have to do this to the sun seed. You have to make this. Each thing causes a new step that you get closer and closer to the sun. Well, one of the steps is that you have to like throw bombs at it or just find things that explode and have that happen around it. And when you do that, it tends to throw the seed around. Some people lose it and say, oh, it flew off screen. It becomes a little bit complicated. Well, Sea of Lava only needs one. If you cast Sea of Lava one time on the Sun Seed, it reacts in such a way that you pretty much, you don't have to do any of the explosive stuff. Just one Sea of Lava. So for a Sunquest user, they actually love the fact that Sea of Lava is right there. Not a Sunquest user, a Sunquest, I guess, adventurer, somebody who's doing a Sunquest for the first time, to be able to know that you have the Sea of Lava is like basically like one of the steps of creating the sun is already completed for you. So with that said, you know, obviously most of the time you're not like, yes, Sea of Lava, that's exactly what I wanted. You're usually like, Sea of Lava is lame. At the bottom, so some people are quacking. I don't know, maybe that's a sign, because at the bottom of the frozen chasm, which is like the left side, there's that snowy area at the very bottom. There's an orb down there, and it actually has a deer in it. And that deer, not only when you grab that, you unlock the deer, but you also unlock the duck spell, if I remember correctly. And the duck spell actually is insanely OP, so... The only thing that's not OP about the ducks is that you tend to not see them in the early game or mid game. You find them like a little ways into your run. So they're limited charges. I'm trying to decide if I want to grab the concentrate monk. Nah, we don't need this shit. Jeff with the fucking 5 honk. Didn't it say the least useful? Okay, so least useful. Well, that's what I'm saying. It's like,
Come on, I just mentioned Fireball Orbit.
Fireball Orbit's not unlocked by an orb. I thought they said an orb. Am I misremembering? Hold on. Necromancy. Ooh, that's a good one. Necromancy is... dude, I mean... The thing is, there's going to be somebody out there who has some crazy, like, obscure use for it. And then people are like, that use is amazing. But,
Oh, I thought it was generic unlocks.
I could have misread it.
OP.
I don't know. I could have misread it. You know me. I was just speed reading and yapping. But yeah, Necromancy, I do not like that one. That one sounds awesome because everybody's like, oh my god, I'm going to resurrect enemies to fight for me.
Is DunkOrSlam.
But yeah, the Necromancy just makes it where you kill an enemy and then there's like this floating meat body around. It's just really annoying. There's some obscure interactions you can do with like trying to trick healers into healing you, I guess. But yeah, I'd say the Necromancy orb is pretty lame. I can't even remember which orb is the Necromancy orb. Which one is it, Chad? Do you guys remember? Shocked you didn't say Nuke? Well, Nuke has its uses, at least. It is pretty silly, though. Not a lot going on in this early game. Just adventuring around. Oops, got some toxic sludge on me. Well, damn. I keep trying to find a way over, and I'm not liking where this explosive is. It's in an annoying spot. That one's also in an annoying spot. Maybe we just shoot acid here. And, yeah, we just slowly... Essentially, I try to avoid using my explosives when I can. You don't want to end up in a scenario where there's parts of the zone that you haven't explored, and because you used all your good digging, you can't get there. But once I see this far left wall, I'm like, okay, we're pretty far over. And yes, you can. There is a method. You'll get some worm blood. You can go into this area, get a extra heart, get a heal. There's all kinds of options, but... You know, that's what makes Noita fun. You just pick your own route. What sounds like a fun adventure to you and then go on it. So I'm not in the mood to do the worm stuff right now just for the 25 HP. So I'll probably risk it and not go grab that. Slime balls. It's a pretty decent wand though. Because the slime balls themselves I don't really like too much. I mean there's some really specific uses that they can do. Like they dig like this kind of material really well. But I'm mostly interested in the wand itself. It's a 0.10, 0.07. One of the fastest wands you'll see in the early game. So we could use it for a spark bolt wand to the next zone. But if we end up getting good stuff in the mountain, usually you want to have a non-shuffle with a good amount of capacity and okay stats. This allows you to get creative depending on what the wand has to offer, what the Holy Mountain has to offer. Then our acid ball allows us to leave the first Holy Mountain. You can dig a hole in it. You know what? Let's not dig through the Holy Mountain, the first mountain. We'll leave the acid behind. Let's see what the first zone has, the first shop has to offer, and then make our moves from there. It doesn't look like there's likely to be any hearts. I probably didn't do the best job checking every corner. If somebody was paying attention, they may be like, oh, he didn't even check this corner or that corner. It happens all the time, especially when I'm talking. I tend to forget. But, I mean, you shouldn't really leave this first zone until you feel either bored, because you're like, all right, it's been here forever, or you feel like you've explored everything. And for the most part, I feel like I've explored just about everything. A couple little dark corners, but nothing that indicates to me that it's going to be any early game hearts, so I'm moving on. To the first mountain! Woo! But yes, there is still more. That's what makes Noita cool, is because there's always more things you can do, but you don't have to do. Could have gone into, got the worm blood and grabbed the heart and the heal. We could have checked every little corner there. We could have, I would say go to the pyramid, but really the pyramid orb would just be kind of silly right now. But no, I am not clicking links right now. You pain in the butt, chat. Bobo, you're getting too link happy. You know what? You're in link purgatory for 2 years. Good luck with the recovery, my friend. Alright, closing all bets. Closing all bets. Necromancy seems fairly annoying. Read me for the follow-up question. What normal spell would you highlight in that orb instead? I think there should be. I don't think that you should have any spells in any orbs. I think they should all be hearts from the beginning. Alright, everybody's in. I don't see any last second betters anymore. I saw a couple, but for the most part it seems like it's good. So let's close all bets and let's go on our all boss journey today. Remember, it's a fresh file, so you'll be seeing lots of stuff like new progress. Stuff that we have never, you know, enemies that we never killed on this file, spells we never cast. What's up, MSCH? All right, bets are closed. I gave you guys a long time, did a lot of yapping. So let's discuss what we used the first zone to set us up. Oh man. To set us up so that we have lots of possibilities. So, because we don't know what the shop is going to be offered, right? We don't know what's going to throw at us. So we got to make sure that if this didn't even exist, let's pretend that this was just completely empty. Yeah, we do have a chainsaw. Of course, I'm grabbing the chainsaw. But I was set myself up in such a way that even if this mountain was completely empty, that's not a thing. But if it was, I still would be fine. I'd have enough resources that I can make some moves. Just interesting stuff. The only thing that, you know, I mean, I'm not really interested in these at all. The only really discussion that you can have is with Eat Your Vegetables. Eat Your Vegetables did get a huge buff a couple years ago, accidentally. I don't think the devs planned on it. And the reason it was accidental is that you can use Sea of Mimicium. So when you grab Eat Your Vegetables, it gives you a flask of Hearty Porridge. And this Hearty Porridge heals you when you drink it, but you run out pretty quickly. But with Mimicium, that means you can make it like an infinite amount of, using a mimic liquid, you can mimic the Hearty Porridge, have an infinite amount of Hearty Porridge, which basically means that you have an infinite amount of healing liquid. So infinite heals is pretty easy access with Eat Your Vegetables. But then I have to juggle, you know, the eating mechanic for the rest of the run, and I really don't want to do that. So we're going to roll it. Ooh, you guys know me. The choice is easy. If you see explosion immunity, you take it. There's a reason it is the goated perk. S tier. Cannot deny the greatness of explosion immunity. Why is there hunger? Well, when you grab Eat Your Vegetables, you have to then, your character gets hungry, so you got to keep balancing to eat your... The problem is, you want to have Iron Stomach and Eat Your Vegetables. It becomes less annoying, because when you have Iron Stomach, you can eat as much as you want. That way you don't have to worry about starving. You don't have to worry about the starving. But without Iron Stomach, you can only eat enough that it fills up your character, but if you overeat, you'll kill your character. So it's like you're constantly having to be like, eat just enough so that your character's full, and then your character gets hungry again very quickly. Eat just enough. But Iron Stomach, you just fucking eat as much as you want. Then you're like, I don't have to worry about the food anymore. Just eat a ton. Okay. Trying to decide what we're going to do. We're going to put the telly here. Spark bolt here. And it's pretty easy to decide when you need to do like one spark bolt, or if you wanted to be like, oh, I need to do mini spark bolts. The way you know the difference is you look at the one, it's 0.10, 0.07. So when I cast this, the time that it takes to reset to shoot again, the gap between it, goes by the larger number. If the larger number is cast delay, then by adding more projectiles on it, it's going to have the same rate, because cast delay goes from here to here. Left, you know, each one, cast delay, and then reset is usually recharge. But since Castellet is the larger number, the recharge will actually, instead of going by recharge, it'll also go by Castellet. It's kind of weird, right? So Castellet, Castellet, Castellet. So essentially, if the timing between 2 spell slots is going to be the same as it resetting, it doesn't matter if you have 1 or you have 10. They're firing at the same rate. You don't need to do the math on it. Literally just put it on there. Fire. Take it off. Fire. Do you notice a difference? If not, then probably just need 1. Don't have to science it up too crazy. Oh, one more thing I was going to show. So let's pretend that I didn't get the great resources that I did. My game plan was we pour our unstable polymorphine here. Make enough of it that it is, you know, enough that you can like swim in it. And what you could do is if you unstable. So remember, there are 3 forms of polymorphine: regular polymorphine, chaotic polymorphine, unstable polymorphine. The one that we made, this homemade version, was unstable polymorphine. Unstable, what makes it good is that you will always turn into a hiisi character. These are the humanoid kind of dudes. And this means that the pool of enemies that you can turn into is much smaller, meaning that you can rely on it more. And the thing that I'm wanting to do is I'm wanting to turn into a flask thrower guy. He's a humanoid kind of guy. He's a hiisi dude. So he is in the pool of enemies for this. So this is really slow. Unstable polymorphine lasts longer than any of the other polymorphines. So what you want is you want to be able to make a deep enough pool that you can submerge yourself in it, that you get a question mark, which means that you can wash it off with water. If you do not get the question mark, like this, it will not wash off in water. So then you have to wait out the full duration, which is like, I don't know, 17 seconds or some shit, which is very long if you're doing this technique. So what I do is I wait to see what I get turned into. If it's something that I don't want, then I submerge myself. Sometimes the air just dries it off. But if you don't have that stain, you have to wait the full duration. So stain is good. Mount Yap. Hey, you guys said, I was told, hey, if there's something that you're doing, can you explain it? Because they want to hear for new players. And I said, sure. And that plus, what else do we have to talk about? I'm just grinding away right now. There isn't that, I mean, as you can see, we've already started to see enemies multiple times. There isn't that big of a pool. I hope there isn't a case where this strategy doesn't work if you've never killed a flask thrower. I've never heard of that before. That would be very interesting though. But no, I'm pretty certain you can. Permapoly, please. You cannot permapoly from unstable poly. So if you're curious what Marfoy's talking about, the devs actually put something in place because people used to abuse like chaotic poly and stuff back in the day, try to poly over and over to get certain things that they wanted, and they were like, maybe this is a little bit OP. So they made it where whenever you poly yourself, after you have a certain amount of polymorphines, or polying yourself, you can get stuck as the character permanently, which basically just means your run is screwed. And but they only attached that mechanic to chaotic polymorphine. They did not attach it to unstable polymorphine, meaning you can do this as much as you want, and you should never get stuck. Oh baby. So we don't have that one stain on us, meaning that we should be able to be stuck as this character for just a little bit, but come on. Are you kidding me? Well, I'm not going to do it again just because we already have what we need, but that's what you do, and you poly yourself, because what you're trying to get is one of his flasks that he throws not that rarely. It's not crazy rare. He throws out a teleportadium flask. That way, the teleportadium that he throws is actually really, really useful and really easy to control. We have unstable teleportadium, meaning it's still useful, but it's a little bit chaotic. It's hard to control. The good thing is, though, this guy doesn't just throw, he throws lots of stuff. So he throws a material called slime. Let me set there. And this slime can actually be used. So you clear up a little space in your unstable teleportadium, mix it with the slime, shake it all around. We see it's converting the unstable to regular telly, which is what we were looking to get from the flask thrower anyways. So we're just making our own version because I'm like, screw that. But yes, you could just keep polying yourself, and eventually you would, get what you needed. 1%. Oh, wait, we're good. So teleportatium, a little bit of slime in there, no big deal. So that is good. Also, there's other resources here. There's pheromone flask, there's a blood flask, there's berserkium. There's other stuff that could be useful. Be careful though, because some of the flasks he throws are dangerous. That's why I throw them into this pool of water, so that hopefully I can, you know, keep things under control a bit more. But looking good. Mini flask. Throw a bomb in the water? Sure. We have a missile. Does that make you happy? Oh wait, when I do that, the acid flask is gonna blow up, and it's gonna piss off the gods. Well, I'll still do it, but let me just get this prepared then. Okay. Basically, what I'm doing is I'm prepping a statue so that when the gods get pissed, I can just kick it into them. I probably am gonna be a bit sloppy on it. Oh my god, are you kidding me right now? Alright, so to save ourselves the trouble, we'll just grab the acid flask out of there. Now, we can shoot it. Be very careful. Gotta watch out for that polymorphine. And by the way, there was no reason to destroy it. Chat was just wanting to see it. Because it is kind of... No, that's the fun of Noita. Every pixel is simulated. And then we'll go out here. And we're not going to piss off the gods right now because... just not in the mood right now. Sometimes it's not a big deal. If we had to deal with the gods, it's not like the worst. Just no reason to piss them off. In the first zone. Alright, chainsaw, this. We could run this as our... Oh, not on that wand. That's the wrong wand. Pick up the rate of fire a little bit. I like it. By the way, with what we did here, this is called chainsaw wrapping. I do have a video on this. I won't go yapping too much into it because the chat will freak out, man. They'll freak out. But if you type !chainsaw, I do have a video that explains how to know when to set up like a chainsaw in this way, and you end up getting usually pretty good damage upgrades. So we still have not grabbed the heal in the mountain, meaning that we still have the opportunity to heal up the health that we find from this zone. So any hearts is gonna be put to use pretty soon. What I'm doing now is I'm checking the bottom holy mountains to make sure that none of them have lava, so that later if I want to telly around with my teleportatium, that I can feel confident there is no lava I'm gonna jump into. Oh, that was almost a freak accident. That could have been bad. These guys bleed a ton of lava, and whenever I came up here, something knocked me and I almost went flying into that lava. Right there, he hit me. Woo! I was like, Telly, boom, hit. Dip my toes in there. So yeah, we are literally playing with fire, so what we'll do is we are going to go heal before we mess around too much. You shouldn't allow yourself to get this weak, especially with explosion immunity. I was just kind of toying around and being lazy, but let's be smart about this. Let's get back to the mountain. And heal. There we go. Oh, there's a flask thrower down there. Oh, he throws a telly flask immediately. Alright, hilarious game, hilarious. You can see that even with a pretty decent firing wand, like this zone will really test you. So if you're a new guy, don't feel pressured to go over here. Yes, there is potential for really cool stuff, but also potential that if your run's going okay, that it could just kill off your run. So make the decision for what you feel is the safest. You got decent health, and yeah, you can peek in there, but be aware. Be alert. And I'm gonna check the next mountain because my damage is too disappointing. What is that? What do we have here? Oh wait, something killed itself with pollen. That's always funny. Ooh, a polymage and a swapper right next to him. This is a setup for a run ender. So what you gotta do is you have to slowly chip away at this polymage's health to try to not get swapped into trouble. Be alert. Woo! And then you can eat the Polymage's corpse afterwards. I'm trying to, but I don't know. I guess it's somewhere in all this bullshit. I end up eating something else. I'm confused now. But yes, if you eat the Polymage's corpse, you will get poly immunity. I apparently couldn't find his corpse in there. Real quickly, though, let's check this mountain, and then we'll make our moves from there. Oh, hey, look what we got. Healthy exploration, which is super good. So then I guess we are just going to go back up because basically look at healthy exploration as like free heals, but there's no reason to waste it until you feel like you're missing a good chunk of health. I don't want to waste it yet. Also, I never put up the unstable polymorphine. I should. There's no reason to be carrying this crap with you this long because I've been distracted with talking about all kinds of crap. So I find a corner that I feel like I'll never visit again for the rest of the game. Hopefully not. And oops, I didn't mean to break the flask. Usually want to leave it intact, but whatever. So I didn't really grab anything from that mountain, but I know that the heal is available there to me. So as long as I don't insta-die, we can backtrack and heal up, no problem. Ooh, look at that wand. Lightning bolts, which if you are a newer player, it sounds kind of psychotic, but lightning bolt's actually not that bad for a newer player to use. Yes, it is very scary, and it does explosion and electric damage, and you probably will electrocute yourself and get yourself killed. But one of the big things that new players are overwhelmed with is that the game is throwing so much at you. You're trying to learn how enemies, what each enemy can do. You're trying to learn how the environment works, the reactions of like all these this alchemy shit going on. So it's not always the best time to also be learning wand building while simultaneously trying to grasp all these other concepts. Lightning bolt kind of helps you step away from the wand building part, and it just is like, I got this.
Dunk, my wife is divorcing me because of you. She hates that I keep calling her bald and saying that marriage 2.0 is almost out.
What the hell? But what I was going to show you is an example here of this. So the idea is don't swim in water. Be very careful, because if you swim in water with this, it will conduct the electricity and you will die. So in this zone, it's pretty rough because the zone is so small. But when you see smaller enemies, you pretty much just nuke them. It's like it's the finger of God. You just, boom, poke them and they die. Just make sure in the process you try not to poke yourself, because it could be dangerous. But yeah, basically, I feel like, yes, it is very deadly, which is what you would think you would want to keep new players from. But it also allows you to focus more, like you're able to learn about different stuff and be like, oh, this is how certain enemies move. This is how this and that works. Rather than, you know, sometimes you're just sitting there with a wand that sucks, and you just can't. You see the enemy, you know what he does. You're shooting him. Your damage is so low, he just walks to you, and then he kills you, and you're like, did you learn something in that scenario? It's like, well, yeah, you learned you didn't have enough damage. And what's the counter to that? Get better at wand building, right? But lightning you don't have to worry about it. Lightning will pretty much take care of those issues for you. You just have to make sure in the process you don't kill yourself. So, remember I told you about the low health thing? When my health gets low, I can just go over here. Not that heal. Can save that one. Grab Healthy Exploration. Healthy Exploration is going to act as a heal. Every time I go to a zone I've never gone into while having Healthy Exploration, it will heal me. So I get a heal here. I go up. We're going to get another heal. Heal number 2. And whenever we have the left side, it's going to hit us with another heal. But we don't have that much health, so it's just going to waste it, honestly. But still cool. Alright, well, Chad apparently is not loving my lightning stuff, but it's just something to think about as a new player. Yes, you have to play very cautious, but it will basically, you won't have to think about your builds. So you can just go around smacking stuff. And we'll grab this one, though. Anything down here? Holy moly, there's some danger. So what I'm going to do for a moment, since our damage is a kind of a joke, is we are going to run back to the mountain. And then we are going to take our cool new wand. And we're going to go Spark Trigger. Chainsaw. Whoa, you fire it. Not very fast. So then we're going to put a heavy spread there. Hey, it's getting a little faster. Then I'm like, man, if only I had another heavy spread, and another chainsaw that would give us so much more speed. Well, what we could do is put anything at the end and wrap it. So if I put light at the end, it will grab this spark trigger, which will grab this heavy spread, which will grab this chainsaw, and it will think that there are 2 chainsaws and 2 heavy spreads on the one, meaning we go from firing off like this, firing off like a little bit faster. Right? It's not a big deal. It's a slight optimizations. Now, we could do some other things, I think, but that should be enough for now. Well, I guess we could go, hey, let's put a triple here and put 2 spark bolts in with the chainsaw. Could be nice. I don't know. There could be some stuff to do over there. I'm too lazy. Let's just go moving forward. Now, one mistake that I would see, you see from time to time when you're watching newer players, is that they will have something like Healthy Exploration, which is the right move, but then when they go to the Holy Mountain right now, they'll grab the heal. Because they'll be like, oh, I'm going to go to the next area.
You guys can see this guy right now.
I'm going to the next zone, might as well grab the heal. But the reason that's not the greatest idea is because Healthy Exploration, you got to remember, is going to heal us whenever we exit this zone. So when I go out here, whoop, I get a heal. And if I had grabbed the Holy Mountain heal, it kind of is a little bit wasteful because basically you're going to be healing yourself when you're full health. So instead, I'll probably wait just a little bit, then I'll grab the heal. Because the Holy Mountain Heart does give you plus 10 HP, which is nice. But I can hold off just a little bit. Just a tiny bit. Pollen engine build. I don't think we... I still haven't come up with a better one though, because the problem is I have that one janky pollen engine, but there's definitely a better one that we could do. I just gotta do some pollen designing. This is a nice upgrade for us. We have a digging bolt wand, and this means that we can get rid of our pollen, because pollen isn't gonna be needed for digging. The digging bolt's gonna do that for us. Be careful around these boxes. Usually there's some, deadly enemies that like to hang around it. Chance for a hidden heart right here, but didn't get one. Unlucky. Damn it, there could have been a heart here. We get double scammed. Really, two heart formations, both not paying out. The one earlier. This seed is not a very nice seed. Sorry, give me one moment. Just get our wands prepped and everything. There we go. Pretty simple. Spark trigger, damage after it. All of these hit the enemies that I hit with the spark trigger. So what I'm doing right now is my health is getting a little low, so I'm heading to the far left side. I still have not grabbed the heal, which is a little bit of a risk. But I am moving over to the far left side because there's a zone which we can get another heal from. Actually, can we get one from the ceiling? I don't think we can. Oh, you can. Okay, well, never mind. We got a heal from the ceiling. Woo! That ceiling zone, I believe, is just considered like the general overworld biome. Meaning that I can't go to the surface and get a heal now because I just used that one there. Like the same thing. Who is this crownless imposter? Hey, there you go. For anybody who doesn't know what Just Smile is talking about, he's taken notice that we have no gold chain around our neck. Your character gets a permanent gold chain around their neck. It's purely cosmetic, but you get that whenever you do a 33 orb run in Noita, which we're doing a fresh file, so we don't have. We also are missing the little jewel in the middle of it, which is for doing, well, 33 orb is for the gold chain, 34 orb is for the little red pixel, the amulet in the middle, and then the gold crown is when you do the sun quest. We haven't done any of those things on this file because we just started it today. So I do not want to head into that zone. Well, I mean, I could, but if I go in there, it's going to waste my healthy exploration of that zone. So we still have another good heal that we'll get, another 60 heal from the zone to our left. The crown is absent because Dunk lost his God Gamer status. Haters, haters, haters. How did you get the gold cock ring? I don't know if we're playing the same game. He chose to read out hundreds of messages. There was like, the chat was calm right there. That was like the only message I saw. If Dunk only read messages he liked, he'd be silent all stream. Thank you, Apocalyptus. Thank you. We could use this personal fireball thrower to kill the Alchemist, which means we can get our hands on Greek letters. So let me set up for that real quick. Alright, here I want to keep the personal fireball thrower, but then we need a projectile to attach to it. So something like a spark bolt, that's good. And put up the freeze. Actually, we could just put it on this wand here, I guess. So it's a non-shuffle, it's predictable. That'll do. We could heal now if we want to, but we also have healthy exploration and we're about to be going into the overworld for a moment, so I think we'll get a couple heals while we're journeying around. Let's not waste that heart yet. Okay. So we are heading down to fight the Alchemist. Remember, this is a fresh file, so this will be considered the first kill of this boss on this file. So what should happen is we'll get a progress marker over here after we've done it. So we're going to apply the personal fireball thrower to the boss and then run away. That's my game plan. I know, pretty amazing game plan, right? Foolproof. So we apply the personal fireball thrower. Usually you want to be down below him because it's going to try to drag him towards me. And if his character is moving up with the personal fireball thrower going off on him, the fireballs don't do a great job at hitting him. You want him to move down. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of kite him in a way that I think can get him in a good position, and then I will, yeah. So people usually like to run down to this corner over here. Tends to be a hot spot. And then he will head down here and he'll get kind of stuck on this edge, and that usually does a better job. Where are you, dude? I don't want to peek out too much. I don't want to get myself in trouble. Oh, there he is.
37 seconds later.
The personal fireball thrower is one of the shittiest of the personals to actually kill this dude. But it does work. And don't worry, it won't take this long. Well, I mean, it may take a while. But whenever it reapplies, sometimes it applies really well. Essentially, you need to knock him while he has that effect going on him. So let's see if we can piss him off. Luckily, we have explosion immunity, so it makes it not nearly as scary. Oh man. So his effect is already gone. I have to reapply it. Oh, come on. So close to doing good damage to him. There he goes. Really? Just like 2 seconds of good damage. This looks worse than when I try to do it. There's definitely variance. There's randomness to it. There is a lot of randomness. Get over here, dude. Get your ass over here. Get your ass over here. What? I think he's fighting another enemy. He is. He's fighting somebody over there right now. He's like, hold on! I'm beating this guy's ass. There he goes. Alright, he should kite over here now. He said no and left. Yeah, some of the enemies over there, he will get frisky with them. Oh man. Oh shit, it actually shot through the wall on that one. Okay, that's a little closer than I would like. This is like one of the the longer fireball thrower attempts that I've had. He's really resisting today. Do not resist. Yeah, I don't know. He was being quite the pain in the ass. So the very first time that you kill the Alchemist, some people forget, but he drops a heart. Woo! So you're full healed. You could leave it on the ground if you didn't need it yet. But he also drops some Greek letters. Some of the Greek letters are kind of garbage. Some are pretty useful. I don't think we're going to be using the Zeta today. Unlikely. Rest of the wand, though, pretty meh. Alright, so we got our first boss kill of our fresh file all boss run. By killing that boss, what has happened is now any area that we haven't been to yet, as it loads in, if it was gonna try to load in a Greek letter, now it can. Now it's eligible to. But if before I had killed that boss, when you go to load in like a holy mountain and it tries to spawn in like an alpha, but it's like, oh wait, the player has never, on this file, has never killed the Alchemist before, so we can't spawn the alpha. So then it substitutes it with something else, essentially. That's why you can end up in scenarios where somebody sees one spell and another person sees another spell. It's because they may not have the same unlocks or whatever. Oh wait, Latali says we'd have to do a mod restart first before we'd start seeing it. Oh, so really, because it only checks the flags on the load-in. So we'd have to mod restart before. I'm too lazy. I'm not even gonna mod restart. At some point today, we may end up. Oh, does the pillar update though? So the pillar does update. That's good news. Let's check. Which, by the way, the pillar does not update here visually because these pillars load in the first time you walk over to them, but here, if we hit show pillars, we'll see we got our first pillar on our fresh file, which is this one here. You get the kill in the progress tab. Oh, that's a good point. I was talking about the progress kill earlier. I wasn't even thinking. With the method that we use to kill him causes him to commit suicide, essentially, where the boss dies to his own moves. And because of that, it doesn't give the progress. But it doesn't matter. As long as the boss dies, that gives me the unlocks. That's why I still get the pillar. It doesn't matter how he dies. It just matters that he dies. But if you want him to appear on your progress, because maybe you're going for the 100% run, you do have to get the kill credit for it, which luckily he exists in parallel worlds. So if you ever try a method to kill the boss and later you realize, oh crap, that method doesn't credit the player, just head to a parallel world, kill him again, you'll be fine. Then we get the pyramid boss. This one we will get kill credit for unless we get him to fight this the flame fly dude. Because that's how you could, because he does try to get spicy with them. But we don't need that guy. We don't need him. The hell? Damn it, he's not gonna die in time. Oh, wait. But wait, there's more. He came back. Okay, he's gonna cough up some loot. So that's another pillar, because it's another boss killed. Ooh, phasing and electric arc. I already got my next build in mind. Chat's already, I can hear them typing away. This is bullshit. You run the same builds every time. Blah, 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 blah. And it makes me happy knowing that they're seething. So phasing adds a lot of lifetime, and you can get things to travel through walls that sometimes don't travel through the walls so well. So phasing's got multiple benefits. It can be a bit annoying depending on how you're running it, but we're gonna make use of it here. And also don't forget, he does give a heal as well. So we can grab we want to grab the plus 25 first, and then we will grab the heal. Another move that a lot of people make, and it's not necessary, but you can check the area around the boss. I mean, there's a flask thrower guy, but we don't need him. And sometimes you can get a heart mage spawn. A heart mage spawn means that you could use the heart that boss drops and actually get like potentially like 1,000 HP from a single heart. But a lot of you guys already know the heart mage trick, and it looks like I don't even see a heart mage around here. He's not a guaranteed spawn, but he does spawn maybe like, let's say, 20% of the time. I don't know. I'm just kind of pulling that number out of the air. It may be more, it may be less. But it's enough that you know, if you're really desperate for a win, it's worth checking. So this is the reason you're doing on a fresh file, because you couldn't do it all boss without a dozen extra full heals. You guys are the ones that told me to do it on a fresh file, and now you're shit talking me for it? What? Alright, so if we want to get into the tree right now to get the music notes, which is what I was saying chat's gonna get kind of upset about. Let's run over here, put a little telly juice on ourselves. Telly up into here in the music notes. Grab the music notes. I don't think we're gonna want the cantele. But we'll grab some of that stuff for now. Alright, so we got the music notes, and then now we can telly out of here. Later, chumps. No, we're not grabbing glass cannon. It's an all boss run, you freaks. You crazy? Wand Experimenter does give us access to more heals, but we kind of already have a little bit of a healing thing helping us. I don't want to waste my perk grab on Healthy Exploration. It is amazing, though. It is one of the best perks in the game, but we already have such a great setup. Roll it again. Well, shit. Item radar will lead us to hearts, I guess. We could use that. Let's just use that. We'll use it for finding hearts right now. Not even grabbing the heal yet, because Healthy Exploration will be healing us again when we enter the hiisi base. And it's pointing towards something. Yep, there's a heart right around the corner. What I'm looking to do is I want to build a music note damage build. Wait, did I leave my good damage wand in the previous zone? I think I did. It's no big deal. Basically, we need to make some quick upgrades, and then we can run the build that I'm wanting to run. Just need some small, minor upgrades. Oh fuck! I'm just taking all the damage right now. There's a healer. There's a healer. There's not a healer. There's not a healer. So I'm being a little bit sloppy because once I see the healers are in place, then I know as long as they stay alive, I'm gonna be sitting pretty. So we can kick one healer, kick the other healer. And free heals. So this is a hiisi bar. We want to destroy the flask because the item radar does point them out. I don't want to be constantly being misled over there. Holy my god, they're both dead. I did not realize there was that many propane tanks there. I thought there was just one. I was not paying attention. Well, my bad, healers, my bad. Alright, we got a shop. And the shop has got stuff.
I really wish you guys could see this guy right now. He is drenched in sweat.
Drenched in sweat. Gonna have to empty a lot of our teleportadium. A lot of it. We're gonna be emptying out a lot of the teleportadium, and currently we don't have any other good digging and stuff, so I kinda need all the telly I can keep. Ooh. Nice. Alright, well. Got a Nala. So we didn't get much from the shop. I'm a little disappointed. I mean, the Nala's cool, but we really don't have the setup to make it shine too much right now. So what I'm going to do... I'm going to repair... Oh, there's a propane tank. Right here. This is where the wand repairs go down. Always at the bottom right of the map. Healer, don't die. Be a good boy. Well, he's trying to heal his friend and accidentally healed me. So it's kind of annoying because the healer, you don't want him to be near a random wand that spawns, and I'm about to be throwing a broken wand in there, so I'm trying to drag him away for a moment. That is insanely disappointing. God damn it.
I really wish you guys could see this guy right now. He is drenched in sweat.
Did I? What? I swear I switched wands. Oh my god. Do you see? It was like a frame perfect. Watch this swap, man. Watch my wand swap sprites. Oh my god. Right as I fucking domed him. God damn it. It's all the healer's fault. So this zone, we can still explore around it. We have explosion immunity, making this zone much safer than it normally would be because these propane tanks are insanely scary. You guys know the classic saying, which is propane tanks hit harder than nukes in Noita. And it's actually true. Nukes hit for 90, 95, something like that. These propane tanks hit for 110. So that's why this zone is so scary. It's surprisingly dangerous, is because you have these small explosions that are just pumping such insane damage that it can be kind of hard to judge sometimes. So, but we don't have to worry about explosion immunity, but I'm still going to move ahead quickly because hiisi base is not exactly my... Oh, yes, we got white holes. Yes. Perks are terrible, but white holes, yes. If you're really feeling frisky... Really feeling like going through the trouble, you can grab Circle of Buoyancy and you can pick up all of the spells in the shop and carry them out of the mountain. And they become free. I'm not really in the mood to do that. It's a little time consuming. Alright, what we're gonna go with is move this here. This is just holding on to our multicast for us. And we'll grab the white hole. Alpha casts a copy of the first spell, which it's a shuffle one, so there's no real first spell right now, so it doesn't matter. I'll also take this. And we still haven't grabbed our heals lately. We've been skipping them. Yeah, Speen. There's definitely going to be a roll. I don't think we're going to go with any of these. So roll them. Ooh. Go with an extra perk, or we could stack up our health higher. If we go for extra perk, that means we plan to go to parallel worlds to gather resources, which I may do today. But I also like to try to collect as much resources as possible in one world. Feels kind of fun. Not relying as much on parallel worlds. Remember, because we got the Greek letters from killing the Alchemist, so I can be brave with this black hole usage because I'm not gonna run out of charges ever. It's infinite. But I want it on a non-shuffle wand so I don't go crazy. Ooh, another luminous drill, another chainsaw, and a luminous drill. Nice, very nice. Did you have speed up for the white hole? Yes, thank you for saying that. I almost completely forgot. Wait, can we use it on this wand? No, it's only 2 capacity, but we could use this one for tellying. Grab that. Oh, but we need the extra capacity to store stuff for now. There's a heart. Item radar leading us to greatness. Another thing down here. Oh. Thought I was going towards another heart. I was wrong. Plasma, we could use that for killing some stuff if we'd like to. There's an egg. We need that to get one of the bosses to wake up. You wake them up with eggs. We'll kill the dragon in a moment. Dragon has a really high chance of giving us something that we would like. That plus we need to kill him for all bosses anyways. Weren't you about to swap a load of wands around? Yeah, I want to swap a ton of stuff. That's how we're actually getting really unlucky with the wand stuff. People are probably looking at this stuff thinking that we have, like, you know, this amazing stuff, which we do have good stuff, but we're also getting really unlucky in other aspects. Just how Noita goes. Noita giveth and Noita taketh away. Remember, do not let this guy touch you because if you don't have melee immunity, he will insta-kill me. So check this one. Ooh, that was actually a sick wand. I didn't mean to double tap it so you can see stats. Yeah, that's a good wand right there. Oh, come on. Just give me a wand shop. How about that? What are these wands? Yikes.
I asked ChatGPT to give me suggestions for challenges for DunkOrSlam.
Oh god.
Who's a Noita streamer? It recommended Streamer Dare. Every time you die, you must rant about chainsaws for 1 minute.
No,
Dash.
no. This was lead. You're leading that. I can tell. I can tell. But currently, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So currently we could shoot this out. And what we've done is we've made it where, so the music notes naturally do 0 damage on their own. They're just music notes. But by attaching this damage plus, now they actually can hurt stuff. Actually pump some damage. And this actually will be pretty good damage if you look at the statue here and we shoot at him. Pretty good damage, and it's low mana cost. We can spam it up. Unlimited spells. I'm phasing. It's above. I have the resources above. Unlimited spells does open up some possibilities. I just don't really have anything specific in mind. I guess we could. So, Freezing Gaze is one of these spells that's really good, but it's limited to 20 charges. By grabbing unlimited spells, you now take the Freezing Gaze and it makes it unlimited. Sadly, this doesn't work for things like Black Hole. Black Hole does not become unlimited from it, but it's fine. We have Greek letters, so we'll be good on that. In that way. Alpha copies the first spell on the wand, put that there. Speed up goes there. And we're gonna go ahead and piss off the gods. Piss them off. It's really slow at getting angry. The slowest angry gods you'll ever see. Just heading up now. So we've killed 3 bosses so far, yeah? 3 bosses. Now we piss the gods off. It doesn't matter for us to tear through walls and everything, because they're already angry. Wait, I meant it seems as if you forgot about the wand side quest. No, I got that one in mind too. It's weird. We're just getting kind of ultra dicked by wand stats, but yeah, that's how Noita goes. Noita is going to throw good resources at you, but it's also going to screw you in certain little aspects. It's like how it always goes. And so we got like White Hole, that was a great find. Early Chainsaw, obviously a great find. Some pretty decent like starter wands, but not the wand builds once I want to transition into, you know, bigger builds. No add manas. Little things like that is where we're kind of falling short right now. So that's where Noita, it's up to you and Noita to see what you're missing, what resources you're lacking, and then come up with a solution. So my solution, I have a couple options. We are going to go to an area that's called, that I refer to as Wand Mart. That's going to be where we shop around and look for a badass wand. And then also while we're up there, we're going to do the Mimic quest. And then also we're going to get one of the Tower Wands. There's just so many things you can do. That's what makes Noita awesome. There's a billion solutions. Alright, our liquid problem, which is basically anytime we run low on liquids, we want to make sure that we don't ever go to 0%. So for example, we're low on teleportatium. Don't really need that much more this run, but I'm still going to show in case you wanted more. Ambrosia, you know, the newer players, you gotta use Ambrosia more, right? You gotta train yourself. When in danger, dump Ambrosia on yourself. But whenever you're newer, sometimes that results in you spraying way too much Ambrosia because you're panicked. You're like, oh my god, they almost got me. And next thing you know, your Ambrosia's almost out. As long as you can hold on to a single pixel of that material that you like, you can make more of it. So let's go do the quest to make more Ambrosia. So usually you need an extra flask. I'm really lazy about carrying extra flasks, so I go up here and I grab the milk flask. This flask is here always. We don't need any milk. We are... Well, milk can actually be used as a water stain if you're desperate, if you fungal shift water out of your world, but we have water, so we're good. We use the empty flask, we scoop up this pheromone. This pheromone is always here. Again, if you're a little confused on where we're at, because a new player, you know, you don't just naturally recognize the locations around Noita, just know that there are these 4 islands in the sky. That's where I'm moving between right now. So here's the starter location, and once you have a telebolt, I mean, you don't even have to have a telebolt. There are methods to levitate up there, but it's just easier to have a telebolt, and this is the island that has the milk flask. This is the island that we're going to be getting the pheromone from. Then we go to the first island. We'll be doing some quest stuff there. Then we go back to the second island. That's where we're bouncing between these 3 islands right now. We don't need the 4th island right now. No reason for us to go there. So do this. Hell, if you ever, some people just love pheromone because it is a really good liquid in Noita. You could just use that spot just for getting your hands on pheromone in case you wanted it. Maybe you wanted to use pheromone on the healers in the hiisi base. So there's this mimic potion. What we need to do is we need to pour pheromone on them. So try to get rid of some of the water so it's easier to get the pheromone on them. Once you see the hearts on the pheromone dude, that just means we can pick him up. And he's in our inventory. The mimic potion is picked up. Then we go back to the second island. Alright, mimicium over here. So what's going to happen is you pour mimicium on these flasks, these little empty glass ones. And each one you pour onto it will highlight a spot on the wall. And you need to do 10 of them. This will be how you can complete the first step of the mimicium course, which I guess it depends on what you consider the steps, but you complete one of the main parts. Put it that way. We good? Yep. Sea of mimicium, and we need to drop something for this. I guess we'll get rid of all the ding bolts. Sea of mimicium, that's what we were looking for. We could do more of the quest. In fact, we may need to do more of that quest. I'll save that for later, though. Later in the run. Okay, so Sea of mimicium. You want to cast it somewhere that is not polluted. You don't want any other liquids around. That way it keeps everything just as mimicium. And then you just bring out the flasks that you want to fill up with mimicium. And they just fill up with whatever is the material that's in them. So you want more ambrosia? Just swim in it. You get more ambrosia. Teleportadium, you get more teleportadium. Now, I mean, if you don't like this method, yeah, you could just pour it out on the ground. And you could be like, hey, I want an ocean of ambrosia. Because, I don't know, you're psychotic. And yeah, whenever the ambrosia comes in contact with mimicium, you have this huge thing of ambrosia. So you have like an ambrosia reserve, I guess, in case you ever run out. You're like, I know I left some of it on the surface, so I can always scoop up more. But yeah, it can be tricky to find these little spots that are not contaminated with random other liquids to mess up the mimicium, because a lot of the times what will happen is you'll go to a spot that you think is good. Well, that spot has a hole in it. You'll go to a spot and you'll think it's good, but if there's like a stray couple pixels of water, then you'll go to cast it. You'll be like, oh, I found a good spot. Let me cast this here. And then the 2 little pixels on the ground will turn the whole thing into water. So you may have to dig out a spot to make it clear that you're like, okay, I know that this, I know this little area here doesn't have any, and then use that. But just make a small pool of mimicium, and it definitely will be very useful for you. What else did we want to do? Oh yeah, wait. I guess we can do that now. Let me... okay, so mimicium. By the way, we're using the alpha on the mimicium so that we can cast it an infinite amount of times. We can just do it as much as we want. See how there's a tiny little bit of a ominous liquid down there? And there's a little wave on the wall. Cast the sea of mimicium up here. Fills it up. You get the treasure chest. It's going to hurt me for a moment, but oh well. Then we jump out of there. And that's another part of the quest. This part we didn't really need to do right now, but I'm doing it so I don't have to do it later. It's a whole thing. The mimicium is the reason that we went through this trouble, because it can be quite useful. Yeah, let's go to the tower one now, so I don't have to keep struggling with these lame ones. We're traveling down to the bottom of the pyramid zone. Necromancy, we don't want that. And then all we gotta do is... There's 2 different ways to do this. You can keep your character aligned with this wall, this line, and just go directly down. And this will allow us to move through what's referred to as the seam in the cursed rock, which means that we don't get hurt while we're in it. But also remember that we had the whole ambrosia set up with mimicium. So you could literally just put like tons of ambrosia on yourself, and even when you're moving in an area that does hurt like that, you can just ambrosia yourself, make a nice little pool of it, and then just be like, fuck it, let's go. That works too. And then step 2 We want the high mana recharge though. I'm sorry, I'm gonna go with the classic. No, we are not going with always cast nuke. These wands are always here. Wand of Swiftness, Wand of Destruction, Wand of Multitudes. Their stats will vary very slightly, but they're pretty much always the same. Should you rather try to kill the Alchemist or skip him on a first basically go through? Your first ever time playing Noita? Yeah, don't worry about the Alchemist. You should focus on just a basic win. The Alchemist, the reason he's so useful is he opens up the world into like a sandbox mode where you're infinitely digging everywhere, infinitely healing. You don't need that for a basic
Wand
win.
of shitness. Let's go.
No, it's Wand of Swiftness. Don't be a hater. Don't be a hater. But yeah, infinite digging, infinite healing, all that is not necessary at all for a basic win. But the reason that we are trying to do it is because we aren't going for a basic win. We're trying to kill every single boss in the game, all 15 of them. And so then that means we need to be traveling all over the place. Let's see. So our damage wand can be significantly upgraded. Our teleport wand can be upgraded too, but I don't really think it's necessary right now.
AO YouTube viewer, Wand of Multitudes is the superior wand, because in the endgame slots are king. Don't listen to Dunk, he's delulu and bald and old.
Haters, man. Not bad. We're about to get a much cooler looking damage wand. I just have to go grab them in the mountain that I left over here, which is chilling right in this zone, I think. Yes. This one right here. So our current damage is not bad. As you can see, it does like, what is that? A couple hundred damage a shot. Just like small bursts. And by throwing the phasing arc on here, these music notes, so right now they die so quick. You see that? But if you put phasing on there, they're going to have this real long lifetime. So now the issue becomes like actually getting them to hit where you want them to hit. And that's where the short range homing comes into play. Because when you shoot it, it will home onto the enemies and shred them. And as you can see, it's doing a lot of damage. In fact, the statue just died. We did so much damage. So phasing adds lifetime. Homing gets it to chase down the enemies we want to chase down. And what else do we want here? We could go with the chaotic path, but I think that's a little too goofy. Chaotic path just makes it move really silly. I don't really have any reason for it right now. I don't think. Electric arc could be really fun, but we have to get electric immunity. Alright, we are looking nice. Alright, let's go try out our build on some of these little peasants. The bad guy, we just shoot. Oh. Kind of. The short range homing doesn't home very far. I mean, you have to get the shots need to get kind of close before they're actually going to do much. But as you can see, they do shred. And the reason for wanting to make a music note build, like trying to force it to happen, is because the music notes are a bit different from your regular projectiles. They also have a natural piercing effect, meaning that you don't need to put a piercing modifier on it or anything. That is a rare wand sprite, I feel like. Very goofy, very wasted, like we don't really need this, but cool. Would electric arc work on the notes? Yes, and it would be awesome. The problem is I am not electric immune right now, so hopefully I find it, Frat, and then we can build a really badass build. Because I have the explosion immunity, but I need the electric. It will look awesome. But yes, the music notes, they pierce. So what that means is that when they run into an enemy, they don't die off. So normally, Spark Bolt hits wall, Spark Bolt dead. Spark Bolt hits enemy, Spark Bolt's dead. Music note hits the wall, doesn't die. It phases into it. That's kind of like drilling, if anything. Hits an enemy, it pierces into the enemy. So this makes it where it can do damage many times. It just sits on the enemy doing damage over and over. Think of them kind of like if you've seen a homing mist wand. Think of them as like small miniature mists where they sit on top of the enemy doing damage over and over and over until they expire. So more lifetime can be more damage. You do need at least something doing damage though, because without the damage plus, this build goes from being awesome. Let's move this away. And now let's shoot it. Oh wait, the statue's not here. Where is some enemies? There's something. So there's a spider dude being annoying. So let's shoot our build. If you see any damage at all hitting them, which I'm kind of doing a bad job at, the only damage that's hurting them is this chainsaw and this digging bolt are trying to home onto them when they can. But for the most part, see, our damage is kind of a joke. It's really doing nothing. So you do need something to give damage to the music notes. So damage plus, 10 damage. Every single music note gets 10 damage. And now when we're shooting at the spiders and stuff, no survivors. Oh yeah, we don't want to fuck around with that. So we've already killed the boss in here, the dragon. We killed him earlier. How do you deal with health in the early game stage? Yeah, you're just a god gamer dodging every time, or a very strong wand, or ambrosia. So Noita, there are moments where you feel like you're overwhelmed, right? Like there are moments that you'll turn a corner and you're like, there's enemies from this direction, enemies from this direction. But realistically, if you're not pushing yourself forward too quickly, so let's say, so I haven't been to this zone, right, that I'm about to go into. I haven't been here. But if you see there's like an enemy here, and I'll see these new players do this, they'll be like, oh crap, this enemy's kind of deadly, and they kind of just push past them. And then what ends up happening is they get cornered, and then that's how you get surrounded. If you approach it more cautiously, where you just, oh shit, you kind of work your way through the map where you kill something, you make sure everything's kind of under control, and then you move forward. You don't get your health chipped away so quickly. Obviously, it is a slower playstyle, and some people just don't enjoy the slower playstyle, which is understandable, right? Like everybody's got their own preferences, but it makes the game a lot easier because, I don't know, it is frustrating whenever you start to feel like you're surrounded, and then the enemies end up one hits you into another enemy, and then this whole chain of bad things takes place. Just try to not give Noita an opportunity to overwhelm you, and you'll notice that your health bar actually doesn't go down nearly as quick. So right now, you'll notice that like I clear over here, but just because I clear over here, it doesn't always mean that I'm going to go that direction. It could just be a matter of like, hey, I want to make sure that there are no enemies roaming from the spot. Because if I just go down here and there's lots of enemies, I'm like, oh crap, let me stand here and fight them for a little while. Well, there was a gap here, and the enemies may start to roam through. But by clearing this spot and then moving over here, I know that there's unlikely to be many enemies coming from there. There still could be some, but it's not going to be anything that is going to overwhelm me too quickly. I wouldn't expect. Ooh, kind of nice. Because you got to remember, I guess when I point out some of these mechanics, I just assume you'll know other ones, but the reason that just glancing at a spot necessarily and clearing it is good is because enemies in Noita don't just kind of spawn in. They're set to a spot. So if there, for example, are 4 hiisi guys right here, and you kill them, there's not going to be like a new spawn in of 4 hiisi guys. That's the only guys that were in this spot. If you later see enemies in this area, it's not because they are brand new spawn-ins. That doesn't happen in Noita. They are enemies that spawn that were in a nearby spot, and they walked over. Their pathing worked out. So you can actually clear an area of enemies, and there won't be any more enemies. They're just all dead. Everything has been exterminated. There is some like obscure mechanics of like certain amount, like enemy threshold being able to load in, where some enemies look like they kind of spawned in, but that doesn't really work that way. It just means that there may have been too many enemies on the screen at once, so it didn't show you one until after you had killed a few, and it's a whole thing. Must feel good to be overpowered in this game. You'll get there. You'll see, and it's fun. Getting the god runs is definitely fun, but I feel like the better you get the game, the more you enjoy the early game, which is the part where you're not that OP. Because you're just given resources, and you're like, all right, using these resources, how do I become OP again? And that's where you get to see the most creativity, or you're forced into some like awkward builds or stuff like that from time to time. In the late game, you can pretty much get whatever you want every time. Like we're already getting close to getting into that pretty much that god mode. We're like right there. I mean, obviously we're vulnerable to a couple things, but we can kill just about everything the game throws at us. And it's going to become all about boss hunting. We're going to be boss hunters. There's a crit on bloody. Why item radar? Is that perk that good? I don't think you need flask. So it's kind of misleading. Yeah, chat's got you. It leads you to hearts as well. So it shows you a picture of a flask and a little radar thing. And that part does suck because you're like, ooh, something that's leading me over here. And you're like, oh, it's a flask. But if you're a person that doesn't clear an entire area, like me, you know me, I tend to play slow, check every corner. Well, not in the last zone. I moved through that pretty quick. But a lot of times I'll play really slow. Well, if you're playing slow and you're checking everywhere, you don't need to be led to hearts. You're eventually going to see it because you're clearing the whole zone. But if you feel like you move through areas somewhat quickly, then you'll get more value out of item radar. Because if your goal is to just head down, so let's say my whole goal is like I want to go just down. So I'm going down. Ooh, there's polymorphine. Oh, that was a poly shot right there. Holy moly. Let me see that. That little poly mage. That little bastard. So there you go. See how the radar is pointing me towards something? But my goal is heading down. So what I do is while I'm heading down, I'll glance over to be like, oh, what is it pointing me towards right here? And oh, there's a chest. So it can lead you to neat little things like that. It helps you get resources quicker. Definitely not necessary, but I think it's, for new players, it's one that I think it's a helpful skill to learn how to use the item radar. See, another thing just showed up down here. We're still going the direction we want to go. We're just kind of deviating it slightly to the side. This one was a flask, so then we just break it so that it no longer is on my radar. Another thing on it. Looks like this one is also a flask. It was a flask of acceleradium. Probably shouldn't have broke that. Keep heading down. See, there's a heart. There's a polymage. Let me kill that guy. I don't trust him. Polymage, we eat his corpse. Get poly immunity. So now, whenever you have poly immunity, you can play a lot more loose. I mean, I'm a bit worried about like frozen melee and crap like that. But with polymorphine, don't even have to worry. With the polymorphine immunity, don't even have to worry about polymorphine. You may not want to dunk yourself in it too often because there are moments in the game, like the game engine. What the hell is happening right there? That's kind of weird. It's like washing it off and reapplying it really fast. There are moments where the game has to like reapply the immunity effect. So if you're constantly submerging yourself in it, there may be like this one frame jankness to the engine that it removes it and reapplies it that your eyes don't really perceive. You don't notice it when you're looking up here, but it actually is happening behind the scenes. So your character can get polyed in that case. But for the most part, you're safe. Just like to point out those little details because it's almost wouldn't matter at all, but you never know when there's going to be that random person that gets the immunity, swimming through it, and then they die and they just don't understand. Like, how could that have happened? And I'm like, well, I guess I should have told you this one little small detail. It can happen. But I mean, I've done the poly immunity builds where I got myself up to like, you know, hours of poly immunity, and I was swimming in polymorphine and all that crap, and I didn't have it happen to me, so it'd be a little bit unlucky. How do you get hours of corpses? So there is a enemy in the game. Normally what I do is I pull up the progress and I point at the enemy, but since I'm playing on a fresh file, I don't have the kill right now. It's a robot, and what he does is he resurrects his friends nearby. So the idea is you're supposed to kill the robot first so that you can then kill all his little allies. So what you would do is you would bring the robots over to the polymage. You kill one polymage, his corpse hits the ground, and then a new polymage will spawn. That's their idea of resurrecting them. But the old corpse still sits there, so you can eat the corpse, and then the new one spawns. You kill him, he dies. You just keep doing that over and over. So you can stand in one place shooting the same polymage 100 times, and there will be 100 corpses right there. Exactly, though. Quantum brings up a really good point. Keep in mind, if you ever want to do something like this, exploding corpses, the perk, can actually kind of ruin that, because whenever you kill them, the corpses when they hit the ground will explode, and then you won't get to eat them and get the immunity that you need to get. Yeah, you do want to have iron stomach too. That's a good point, Grace. Yeah, you want to have iron stomach. That way you can eat hours of the immunity and not fill up your stomach too much, not have to worry about it. There's ways to disable explosive corpses. You talking about like to remove it, or is there something else? Oh, you mean like trick kills maybe?
I really wish you guys could see this guy right now. He is
that.
drenched in...
Strong levitating, or strong levitation. I think that's what we'll go with. Alright, remember if you drop spells out of the shop, they're free, and I don't really have the money to afford this stuff, so what we're going to do, I'm going to put the freeze on my black hole wand, or white hole wand, I mean. And then now when we shoot this up, we can drop out the things that we need. I'm going to use the touch of, try to kill Mecha Kolmi, I believe is the one that's... Oh wait, we already have a touch of. What am I talking about? Touch of grass will work. That's fine. And then I want the damage field though too. Good, good, good. As long as you never shoot the enemy, they'll never get the effect. So you can use Never Skip Leg Day to kill polymages without ever giving them explosive corpses but debuff. Ah, there's a pro tip. That's an interesting one. Conga, that's a good one to know. Just fucking spawn kick, just kicking them every time. Beat their ass. Alright, so this next boss we're about to be fighting is boss number 4 for us today. There's 15 total that we need to kill. And this boss, we just throw eggs at him. Throw 3 eggs. 1, 2, 3. And then our damage build, I think our damage build's good enough that we can probably shred them pretty well. Oh, a little bit of lag on that. The audio even was getting crunchy. Yep, there we go. And we got another speed up, which is cool, but the other spell's not as cool. Audio definitely crunched. Yeah, Quantum's feeling that lag jam. Kurglo says you have to be careful because the polymage is hostile to the necrobot. He can just poly and kill him. I actually didn't even realize that. I think it's because anytime I'm doing necrobot stuff with the polymage, I tend to be so late in that I end up having more love. So that's a good tip. I didn't realize that. Yeah, so basically he's just saying like make sure that the polymage doesn't kill the bot because it can be a lot of trouble to get them next to each other. Let me check. What does it Chase check this? That is so important that I must stop everything I'm doing, damn it. Dunk, wake up, new swelling just dropped on W place? Really? Hey, that was worthy. And Dunk approves? Wait a second. God damn it, Chad. God damn it. I was about to give you props, and then of course you had to be a degenerate. You just couldn't control yourself, could you? You animal.
Oh my fucking god, that was pure gold.
That's so stupid. Okay. I trusted you. I trusted you, and I will never trust you again. You have broken my heart and my trust. So I'm actually going to take... I guess we can just leave short range homing on there. I think it's probably not a big deal. You know what? Let's take it off of it temporarily. So the next boss we're about to be going for is a boss that gives us the ability to edit our wands wherever we're at using a stone. And I want to have that for the rest of the run because, I mean, as you can see, we don't have Tinker, and it's going to be annoying to, oh shit, to not have Tinker. Alright, and we found our way over to this boss. Where are you, buddy? Boss? Oh shit! So this guy can be pretty scary because he does reflect damage. So we're going to have to abuse this ambrosia. And we want to kill the purple orbs. So every time we see a purple orb, we blast it. And every time we hit the red orb, we basically would have killed our character off if we didn't have ambrosia on us. And that's... Oh shit, that's no joke. Like literally, if you don't have ambrosia here, you have to approach this fight very differently. Because otherwise you'll just die. Alright, we got rid of all the purple orbs. That now makes the main dude vulnerable. And let's see. Oops, I did not mean to. See if I can get a better angle on this guy. I'm trying to make it so that the payload kind of fires up into him. You don't want to shoot the spark trigger directly at him, or any kind of trigger, because he'll just end up like swallowing the projectile. You kind of want to bounce it off the wall, if that makes sense. This is where the homing would be nice to have. The reason I took the homing off the payload is I didn't want to accidentally have my projectiles homing. Oh shit, oh shit. I didn't want to accidentally have my projectiles homing off to enemies to the side. Because if there's a swapper mage or anything like that, you'll just end up dying. Dude, how are you still alive? Supposed to be dead 15 minutes ago. Dude, be dead. Stop being alive. Stop that right now. There we go. And then we want the stone that he dropped, which my radar is pointing is right here. And now when we bring the stone out, woo, we can edit. So, I mean, so I'll show you an example of what I mean about that homing. Put the homing there, shoot it. Well, it's trying to home to him. It's actually kind of suffering. But see how when I fire, the projectiles roam? If there's a swapper over here, it flies over here, hits him, it will swap me into the danger zone. So he drops really good stuff, by the way. That was our unlock for these spells. So this is where things get kind of interesting, because add trigger allows you to make modifiers free. So when I shoot currently, one of my main reasons for not using things like damage field, which is really nice, is because it's expensive. It costs 30 mana a shot. Short range homing, 40 mana a shot. So look at my shots here. But since add trigger makes things free, what we want to do is we want to find a way to use an add trigger on with these modifiers. So let me show you what I mean by that. So add trigger does not work on these music notes like you would want it to. They're pretty funky. We want to use actual projectiles that we can rely on. So if we put add trigger onto this digging bolt right here, and then we have to put something inside the trigger, because it's a digging bolt trigger now. We have to put something inside of it, so we'll put, I don't know, another digging bolt, I guess. So this digging bolt has this digging bolt stored inside of it. It's good. So I check my wand to make sure that everything is firing correctly still. Yep, everything still shoots normally. Then what we're going to do is all these modifiers we're going to put in between this add trigger and this digging bolt. Now, to any new players out there that's confused on this one, I do have a video where I really go into more detail. But the idea is any modifiers between add trigger and the projectile it's adding to go down to 0 mana to cast them. And this digging bolt, if it has these effects, any projectile that has an effect in a group shares that effect with everything else in the group. So as this digging bolt has all these effects, then it's good, because it will share it with every other projectile in the group. So now, when I fire off this wand, you should see that I'm getting potentially way more shots. Let me make sure I'm getting everything right. Just to be certain, let me... hoping that we go a little bit longer than that, but that's still good. Yeah, it is the same. Okay, so yeah, it is working correctly. Again, these on the outside, we burn through that insanely fast. Yeah, there's the true speed of it. Out in a second. Now, we can hold it down a little bit longer. If we had an add mana, I think we would be able to sustain infinitely with just one add mana, which is pretty cool. Why don't you fail the add trigger at the end to add 2 more digging bolts to the payload? Fail it at the end. Oh, you're right. We don't need the chainsaw at the end. You are right. That is optimal. So basically what he's saying is, like, you know how I said this digging bolt you have to put something inside of it? We don't necessarily have to do that. If the very last, like if you have it at the very last spell of your wand, sorry, it's getting a little confusing for a moment. Let me move some stuff around. So what you do is you create your payload. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So spark trigger, 5 spells, and then we want to add more. Triple. 1, 2, 3. All right, looking good. Looking good. We can add. This is going okay right now. Keep in mind, if one of these gets a modifier, such as this chainsaw, it shares it with everything in the group. No matter how, as long as they are all in the same group, they all get it. So this one chainsaw gets this. This one chainsaw gets damage plus. Now they all have damage plus. Actually, wait, hold on. Is that one doing it correctly? Yeah, I guess they just die so fast it's hard. It's easier to see whenever you have. Let's do phasing and damage plus. It makes it a lot more obvious. There you go. You can see all the music notes get the extra lifetime, even though it's so late into the wand, as long as they're in the same group. Let me put down another triple. Okay, so 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's a triple. So 1, 2, 3. And then 1, 2, 3. And then on this last one, if we put the add trigger on the last spot, then we can literally just free up all of these for just modifiers if we want. We don't have to worry about what I was talking about earlier, where you have to put something in the payload, because it's in the last spot. There is no wrapping taking place, so it can just be on its own. It's fine. It's good to go. Where does add mana fitting into all of this? So in add mana, basically, when I'm spamming this wand, when I'm shooting it like this, it actually isn't needing much mana. This needs 10 mana for the spark trigger. This needs 5, so we're at 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. That one's free, 0. So basically every time I'm casting this wand... Oh yeah, I forgot the 10 mana cost for this, 25, so 35. I forgot to consider the add triggers mana cost, so 35. Basically, every time I fire this wand, it costs 35 mana. If I were to put an add mana on it that is 30 mana, we would only have a net loss of 5 mana per shot, which is probably so low that the mana charge speed being 653 will offset it, and you'll just be able to fire the wand infinitely, holding it down, never running out, which is pretty cool. Okay, so we gotta fight another boss. We're looking to fight Tiny. Tiny, I don't really have the greatest stuff for his immunities. So his projectile damage is 0, meaning he takes 0% projectile damage, and that's my main damage right now. Takes 50% explosion. We're not using anything explosive, I don't think. 100% melee, 100% slice. We have a chainsaw in there, I guess, but that's still not going to be enough. Fire, electric, ice. Oh, I know what we could do. I've got a plan. So what we could do is, instead of doing an add trigger on this digging bolt, we do an add trigger on the freezing gaze, which is ice damage. And again, like ice, freezing gaze is 45 mana per cast, but we have an add trigger. Add trigger deletes the mana cost from 45 and instead just makes it whatever the cost is of the add trigger, which is 10. So it's still there's no increase in we can still cast just as much as we could with the digging bolt. This will be, I think, our method for taking care of Tiny. I think it's gonna be our best one. So when I'm shooting the black holes, I'm looking for a kind of particle effect on the ground that it's digging. You'll notice that it digs in kind of a weird way whenever you hit Tiny, where he lives. Oh yeah, there you go. See that? See the particle effect? And also you can just see the ground is kind of different. It's a big skull. It's Tiny's home. He lives in this skull. And my damage isn't the most, it's not the most effective. Again, we're only using, all of this damage is being ignored. Pretty much all of it. We only have the ice damage coming in. It's making me nervous now that I'm saying I'm going to go ahead and move the freeze here. It is going to be laggy, but I don't know, man. Like, we don't have melee immunity. We don't have an extra life. Got to make sure he doesn't touch us because we will just insta-die. So, here it goes. There we go. That's the nature of Noita. Either they're going to insta-kill you or you're going to kill them very quickly. And there's an ad mana and actually a crazy wand. What the hell, man? That wand has got some spice. This wand is also pretty crazy. Another white hole. Let me go over here real quick. Drop the wand down. So remember we were talking about that ad mana just a little while ago. So now what we could do, you want to put the ad mana on the, you don't want it in the ad trigger. You want it to be somewhere in the payload. That way it can just add its 30. And then look now when I fire my wand. Just because of adding 30 mana, we can now fire infinitely. Because remember, I showed you that math, and that math was we actually were kind of close to having just you know, we were at 30. We were spending 35 mana per shot, so we've offset it by we adding 30 mana per shot, and now the mana gen is naturally fast enough to keep up with the little bit of extra that we were using. Yep, the math. We mathed it. Does anything about this wand? Is it any good against the Mecha Kolmi? Because we have the touch of spell, but let's see if Mecha Kolmi. So 0 projectile, 0 explosion, 0 melee, sit, slice, whatever, electric, ice. Damn, ice again. I guess we could run ice on him again. I guess. So now we're heading for another one of the bosses. We have killed a total of 6, I believe. 6 of 15. So I always test out my damage on these little guys around here, because they are a good representation of some of the immunities that the boss has. So let's see. Not good enough. Alright, those guys got shredded. Surely it'll work, right? That's kind of a weird one. Always cast large magic missile. Alright. Oh, come on. My health is... I do not have a large health bar right now, so... gotta be a little careful. Yeah, you could go to parallel worlds. You could beef up. You could... do a lot of things to protect. Holy shit! So he's got a thing that eats projectiles. So what we're trying to do is we're trying to get around it. It's kind of hard to give a full explanation whenever he can insta me. He can insta kill me, so it's very, very scary. So he's got this kind of like red, like semicircle. More of like a, yeah, it's just a small fraction of a circle around him. And if you shoot into it, it just deletes the projectile. So what you want to do is you want to get the shots around it and then hit them from the other side. Problem is, it just follows you wherever you're at. It's the same idea as the, oh, we can't even show it. The butt protector perk. You know how the butt protector thing is always like the opposite of where your cursor points? It's just facing the other direction. Same idea. Except for he's always facing you with it, his face. There we go, another boss down. Well, I'm a little sad. I just knew we were going to find a heal, but we don't have to have a heal to get a win in this one, and then I guess we're going to have to show how we don't rely on heals all the time, even though we would want to. We don't rely on heals, but we do rely on Telly for wins. That is definitely not true. I've won many times without it. Many times. Also, keep in mind, even if it's your first run ever in Noita, which we're doing a fresh file right now, the gold room is here. Even for the fresh file people. Little noobs. Now, today, we don't really need any gold, so I don't have any reason to do this. No, we're not going to play some DuckTales. I just want to show people that it's here.
Many times, just like one book is a stack.
I just want it to be known that it's there, because some people don't realize they think it's some kind of like unlocked zone or something. Weeb, shut your mouth! Filthy weebs, dude. Absolutely filthy weebs. You know what, chat? Let me check something real fast. How is this looking? Chat, why are you this way? What What's going to be the pillar that we do here? Yes, we grab one of the essences real quick. We'll get that one done. Complete the game with the mountain toxic ending. That's the one we'll go for. What do we want to do here on this list? We're supposed to do one from every section. And we said 1 orb of true knowledge collected. All right, we grab that. Ah, easy. Problem. No problem. All right, let's do those real quick. So we grab this. Easy. And then go up here. Gotta find the essence remover. Essence remover, we can just shoot it, or hell, the essence itself will just blow it up. Boom, it poops out a stone. We don't need that stone right now. It is the Tanner Kivi. We don't need that shit. That should auto-update 2 of them. Let's see if it does. Yep, auto-updated that, and auto-updated that, and now we got 1 here, we got 1 here, we got 7 here. That's the boss's one. We got 1 here, got 1 here. So this one will just be the toxic ending. That's how I'm going to get that one. And let's finish out these bosses. Oh, the Meat Realm boss. I almost forgot about him. Alright, give me 1 moment. I have to focus up. I got to lock in for a second here because my health bar is going to get chunked immediately. In fact, let me go ahead and clear the zone. Have as many enemies as I can. There we go. Curse lifted. Heal down. No problem. Chainsaw wand. There's the boss drop. We don't need that shit. I feel like I want to check this one. There could be a heal on it. You never know. Ow. Hey, stop that. You're on water. Not what I was hoping for. Okay, another boss dead. So who remains? I know, Bridge Boss. Bridge Boss remains. But yeah, Chostings, I don't know. I'm okay with teams shaking it up whenever they're not having any success. Let's put it that way. Like when it comes to Luca, the Luca trade, the reason it was stupid is because they got 2nd place the year before. That's what makes it ridiculous. Cowboys, I'm like, we'll wait and see. That was the Bridge Boss. Bridge Boss really simple to kill. You don't need this elaborate crazy wand. All you need is this Plasma Beam Cross. If you can get this Plasma Beam Cross on top of that boss, what happens is he gets hit by it, and he's like, oh, that's your Plasma Beam? Let me show you my Plasma Beam. And he just fucking spams them, and then immediately it kills himself, because just like the player is vulnerable to his own plasma, that boss is vulnerable to his plasma. So, yeah, he just blows himself up. Where is that? Yeah. Yeah, no progress if you let him, if you have him kill himself this way. This is true. You will not get the progress. So if you were to pause, look here. We are going to be missing several of the bosses that we've killed today off of this little area, since we're pretty much making them blow themselves up. Hold up. Alright. Bosses that we've killed. We killed the Alchemist, the Pyramid boss, the Bridge boss just now, the Door boss, the Dragon boss, the Master of Masters, which is the guy who dropped the stone that allows us to edit, Tiny, Mecha Kolmi, and the Meat Realm boss. So we've killed 9. So we should have, there's 15 total. There should be 6 bosses left. Let me count them out. Deer, Rock boss, Friendly boss, Leviathan, Forgotten, and Kolmi. Yep, there are 6 remaining. Let's do it! Let's see if we've killed enough innocent creatures for the deer boss to even show up. If you guys don't know, the boss will not show until you have met certain criteria. It will not show up. And if you actually kill too many innocent creatures, a buffed version of him shows up. That's actually kind of scary. He's actually dangerous. So there's a couple innocent creatures here. We'll try to, you know, smack them around a little bit, see what happens. So you can see it's a little sheep for innocent creatures, and you see the little marker on it. That's because you have to kill, was it 30 innocent creatures? Kill these little guys. Okay, any luck now? Oh, shit. Yeah. Wait, hold on. Why are you screaming? You're scaring me. Oh, the innocent creatures? Okay, we're fine. Okay, so Ambrosia does work on this version of him. You've got to be careful. Because if you fight the buffer version, the stronger version, it means you've killed so many of the little innocent creatures. A guy, the dude that shows up, Ambrosia does not work on him, and he will fuck you up. In that case, you'd have to use something like Cessation, or I guess like Dahl, they use polymorphine because they're insane. 5 bosses remain. The boss that we're about to be fighting next is the Leviathan, I think. Let's test out our damage, then we'll make moves. Okay. Okay. So the Leviathan should be straight up from here. God damn it. We use the freeze on the black hole to create these air pockets. And then let's test out this guy. How he does with that. Oh, okay. Yeah, the explosion damage is doing great on him. You gotta remember that normally he's really resistant. Oh, wait. You know what I just realized? We do not have fire immunity. And when we kill him... Catch the chest? Okay. When we kill him... It's gonna be bad news. Because we are gonna... We have no heals. Ah, screw it. We'll make it work. We'll make it work. It all happened so fast. Well, that was disappointing. Lively Concoction. Who can... Wait, there was LC? Oh shit, I thought I called it a pheromone. I thought I got a pheromone flask. I wasn't even paying attention. I mashed E when they were falling, and I was like, oh, because if you notice, there was 2, 3 pheromone flasks, I think, something like that. And at least I thought there were multiple. There was pheromone, and whenever I opened it, I was like, oh, they were just pheromone, because I saw all the pheromone falling. I got Lively Concoction. Woo! That's just what I planned. It was tactical. It was tactical. You know, I just mid-air saw the different flasks and was like, this is the one I want, and I snagged it. Sea of LC time. That's true. That's true. Let's go over here. Listen, it was just as I planned it. You guys wouldn't understand. Too much of little baby noobs. Consume. We could do a fungal shift. I may try just for the hell of it. Just for the fun of it. Screw it. Let's just do this. Alpha. Sea of mimicium. So you cast it. You can drop a little bit of... Fresh file random seed. When will you admit that you're cheating and not even trying to hide it? What are you talking about? This bit of, you know, this is not that crazy. Lively Concoction this late in. Come on, that's called just skill. You're jealous. Don't be jealous. Build up our ambrosia. So all of our water in our world, once you kill the Leviathan, turns into smoke. This can be kind of frustrating because it means that whenever you catch fire, you know, you have to put it out with something other than water because it no longer exists. Now, remember earlier I emptied out a milk flask? You could use that because milk does give like a wet stain, which does put out fire. So I'm going to try to kill this boss without using the eye. This is almost guaranteed going to be a fail, and then I'll have to go get the eye. Oh, fuck, I can't remember the spot. Is it, I think it's right there. I think that's the spot. Oh, baby. Look at that. Woo! That's how we roll. That's how we do it. Who needs the eye? Not me. Not me. Too goddamn quick. Sorry if you guys have never seen that boss before, because basically you have to have this... For many years, I thought it was impossible to do without having this eye that you hold that shows the boss to you. But if you kill that boss, I think you have like 4 frames or some shit when they spawn in. But if you shoot enough explosive damage at the exact origin of the spawn so that it detonates the moment he spawns in, you will insta-kill him before he gets a chance to go invisible. And so you can actually do this without the eye. Pretty spicy. Forgotten boss. So this boss here, not the Forgotten, the friendly boss. We just killed the Forgotten. We forgot about the Forgotten. We're the red dot, the green boss. The green dot is the friendly boss. That's where we're heading. So this guy, get closer. This guy is a pain. Big time. Yes, there are heals in the room that he hangs out. Oh yeah, I was holding on to this. This is a sun seed. You can do the sun quest with it, but I'm not interested. So look at the boss's health, 762. Each time we kill one of his children, one of these guys, he's gonna get stronger. So that health bar is gonna climb up. Also, this is what's used for the sun quest, by the way. We don't need that today. We're gonna kill these guys. So all the children, so once you start to kill some of the children around them, there's like a chain reaction where they all start to die, but as you can see, there's still a couple left. He's not fully buffed yet. Oh my goodness, I got a little too close to the ceiling. That could have gone bad. Okay, so now he's fully buffed, 222,000 health, and if I go to shoot my damage wand at him, you're going to notice that I do absolutely no damage. It's because there's really only 2 spells in the game that can hurt him. There are a couple other jank methods, like you can drag him into Cursed Rock, and apparently you can take damage from that, but I think that would take a while to kill him. And I don't plan to try that today. So you have to build certain damage types to hurt him. The 2 spells that can hurt him, I can't even show both of them because I'm using a fresh file. But one is the Digging Bolt. Digging Bolt does drill damage, 8 drill damage. And this little dude here is vulnerable to drill damage. This being the only projectile that does drill damage means it's the only one that you can use for that type. And then the other one is Holy Damage, which there's only 1 spell in the game that does Holy Damage, and that is the Holy Lance. So, Digging Bolt, Holy Lance. These are the only 2 spells you can use to damage this guy. So what we're going to do is we're going to set up a wand that can do significant... I want to do significant drill damage. Alright, so we're going to move this add trigger all the way there. Got to put up a lot of stuff. You got to be careful of that guy too. He does do good damage. This boss, once you've buffed him this much, he will ruin your day. We do not want the chainsaw in there. We want another one of these. Okay, okay. And then the reason we put the spark trigger at the front, we put piercing on it. So the spark trigger pierces. And then we want the homing on there. Pinpoint light may actually be the better choice. We'll see if we need to swap. No biggie. Homing. 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Okay, it's got 1 more projectile spot. Is there any more digging bolts left? Yes, there is. Yes, there is. Boom. Alright, so now I spam. Let's see. Yep. Piercing and homing on the spark trigger. So the spark trigger can pierce into the guy and deliver the payload many times. The music notes are doing nothing. They are playing no role in this. If anything, they're probably just making the game lag more. So I may have to swap them out. But you can see that we are doing damage to him. Let's say that you make 1 small mistake and you accidentally leave on like a damage plus on your build. This damage plus adds 10 damage. And in fact, it adds it to all the music notes too. It adds 10 damage to all of them. That 10 damage is considered projectile damage. Watch what happens when I shoot at him. He's at 189,000 health. Watch this. He has 193,000. He's actually getting healed. This boss, as you kill their children in front of him, he starts to gain resistances. and he can become so resistant to projectile damage. So imagine you're 50% resistant to projectile damage. That means you take half damage from projectiles, or something that is the damage type projectile. If you're 100% resistant to projectile damage, you ignore all of it, right? Anyways, if you're 100% resistant to projectile damage, that means that you ignore all of it, right? But if you're 200% resistant to projectile damage, you are so resistant that it actually heals you. And there is a way you can abuse this to actually make the player get healed by projectile damage, and the player to get healed by explosions, and electric, and melee. There's things you can do to abuse this so the player gets healed by stuff that should normally hurt them. But this boss actually utilizes that, and yeah, he's so resistant things actually help him that normally you would think would hurt him. So now we got that. Let me go ahead and shoot this over here. Back to killing him. The music notes are just causing so much lag. I want to remove them, but I don't really have anywhere to put them, and I still need them. Null shot on the spark trigger. That's actually a great idea because it'll give it a much longer lifetime, which means it delivers more damage. That is pretty smart. Oh, look at that hit. Gotta use a little bit of Lively Concoction. Gotta lotion up a bit. Great idea. The null shot, this modifier adds a ton of lifetime to the spark trigger. So before, whenever I was shooting at him, damn, listen to that. When I shoot at him, watch. Oops. That's it. It just goes for like a second and then it's done. Second, done. Done. But then you read the null, it says dramatically removes all damage and wait, hold on. Dramatically removes all damage. Increases a projectile's duration dramatically, but removes all damage and explosion from it. So by adding that, the spark trigger that's delivering the digging bolts, this thing will stay alive longer, meaning that the digging bolts hit more of them. So even though there's just 3 digging bolts here, that boss is getting hit with like hundreds of them. And just like that, he is dead. He doesn't give you anything. I don't know exactly why. If I had to guess, it's probably because the devs want to give you like an indication that there's something more to that boss, which that boss is basically a crucial part of a quest, which is called the Avarice Diamond Quest, which allows you to get to the Giga Holy Bomb. Who are we missing now? Kivi boss, aka the rock boss, and Kolmi, is that it? Rock boss and Kolmi. 2 bosses remain. Let's get it done. I'm trying to think of the best way to take out the Kivi boss. I guess we'll just go get Cessation. What does it take to just pure tank Kivi? One time I was in the middle of explaining the boss to my friend. They jumped in and killed it and tanked through 2 extra lives, saving grace and 1. Yes, so the boss is going to reflect damage. You know, he's going to pummel the hell out of you. But you got to remember that something like saving grace and extra lives, they last so long that the boss, like whenever he pumps the damage back at you, it's only for like a certain amount of time, like a couple seconds. So once he's dead, so let's pretend the rock boss dies, he's just sending tons of damage at you for like 2 or 3 seconds. So in this case, you would die, but saving grace would save you. The iframes would kick in, saving you for a little bit. Then you would die again. The extra life would kick in. You're set at 100 health. Then you would die again, but saving grace would save you. So if you have 2 extra lives in saving grace, you can actually tank through even the Midas ending at the end of the game. You know when you lock in the wind and you stand there and everything turns to gold? If you can survive that ending, I feel like you can also survive the Kivi. In terms of the duration of how long you're taking damage. Oh yeah, so the Kivi boss. So how do you avoid that damage that he's going to try to reflect at us? Well, to avoid it, you just don't exist. If that makes sense. We try to make sure that we are not there the moment he tries to send the damage back into us. I'm just styling. Sometimes I like to, flex a little bit. No big deal. Okay, I may have accidentally thrown my Lively Concoction flask. That was a close one. Aqua, I think you're one of the few that actually noticed what happened there. But yes, the milk does give you a wet stain. So if you're looking for a replacement to water, we could use that for the rest of the run and use mimicium to keep getting more. Do you ever do content mod streams? Mods like to add content to the game? Yeah, I've done only about 30 or 40 hours in Apotheosis, but I'm thinking, somebody mentioned it the other day and I was like, I think that's a good idea. They had mentioned doing just an entire week, just lock into Apotheosis and try to experience everything that has to offer, just for like 1 week, focus on that. And I think we may do that soon. Touch of grass. Touch of grass. So we're going to put, well, it should be fine. When you're on the surface, you're not supposed to get killed by touch of grass, but let's not risk in one of these other modifiers somehow playing into it. If I put that there, maybe it's a little bit safer. No, that would not be the move. Fuck it. Didn't even try to harm me. We're good. So, cessation. We got this. What are we gonna do here? Spark trigger. Okay, if we do this, and we're gonna put down like a multicast like that, so it fires off. We can work with this. We can work with this. So basically what's happening is, so null shot is necessary because cessation itself normally doesn't last very long. Like if you just cast cessation on its own, watch this. That's it. That's the entire time. So I'm trying to shoot off big damage and in the same time disappear. Because that boss I'm going to shoot the big damage at is going to try to send the damage back at me and I don't want to be around for it. So we need to use something like null shot. Null shot increases the duration, and we put a multicast here so that it casts the cessation and the big damage at the same time. So the big damage goes flying out, I disappear. Hopefully the boss will be dead by the time I return. In fact, we'll probably even add phasing on there as well to extend a little bit more. And then we'll go explosive and infestation. So now let's see how this looks. God damn it, I forgot about the lifetime thing is gonna fuck it up. Hold on. Wait, no, the lifetime shouldn't fuck that one up. I guess it just lives that long. They didn't blow up early. Fuck it, it's good enough. It'll do. So remember, we need to so this boss, if we kick him, watch this, 670 health, we kicked ourselves. So we are going to shoot big damage and disappear at the same time. Hold up. What just happened? Did I just whiff?
Wow.
Try this again. Take two, take two. Hold on, chat. Let me just shoot the ground, because I have homing over here, so... hold on, stay away. Alright, take two, take two.
Wow.
Come on, chat. Come on, I couldn't have calculated it any better. Flawless, baby. Flawless victory. Again, shoot it off.
Wow.
Everything blows up, and then I return. Even the little minions that got some little ghost dudes that came to show up to fight me, done. Easy. That was fucking tidy. I know, right? Cleaned up real quick. Real quick. Wait a second. Hold up. Oh, you know what? You know what's funny? That was kind of messing with my head. The ghosts dropped no wands. That's because we're playing on a fresh file, so there are no bones in the bone folder. Bones are wands from your past runs, when you die, when you lose or whatever, it goes into a bones folder, a bone graveyard, and those wands can show up in your future runs. But in this case, we have no bones in the bone graveyard, so yeah. So we have killed 14 bosses today. This should be boss number 15, which we always we like to save the last boss, Kolmi, for the final boss. Makes it special. No problem. Easy. Easy. And one thing that part of the challenge today, show that again, I wasn't looking. It's too late. You missed it. Part of today's challenge is that we are trying to kill all bosses, which we did today. We killed every single boss. And then we also wanted to get on the pillars, we wanted to get one pillar in every category, at least one. In this case, you can see we killed the 15 bosses. The reason there's 16, for anybody that says like, wait, you're supposed to kill every boss. I thought there were 15, but there's 16. You got to remember that the deer boss gets 2 different pillars. One of them is for whenever the version we just fought, and the other one was for the version if you overbuff him, you kill 300 or more helpless creatures, you got to fight this version. So we killed the 15 bosses, so we don't have a pillar on this right here. So you have to complete the game in nightmare mode, go to new game plus or more. Let's see, what was this one? Complete the game with a happy or peaceful ending. Complete the game with the mountain pure ending, which is 11 orbs on the mountain. Complete the game with the mountain toxic ending. Bring the sampo to the mountain altar and complete the work there. That's the one we're going for. That will give us one here, so we'll have at least one in every single category for today's pillars on our fresh file. Let's do it. And just to flex, we're going to do a fungal shift with Lively Concoction. Because right now we currently have infinite heals, and yes, Lively Concoction, when it touches lava, it does turn into a gas, creates helium. We have to eat over 180 seconds worth. So close, yet so far. There we go. We ate over 180 seconds worth. We got some other things contaminating our Lively Concoction, but as long as the Lively Concoction is the majority material. Lively Concoction, oh shit, it is the shift. Lively Concoction. We created extra Lively Concoction in our world. The question is, what was it? Maybe it's something like lava, that'd be sick. Oh, Spiritus is saying it's poly. Not the coolest, but I mean, if you're actually doing a legitimate run, turning polymorphine into Lively Concoction is kind of amazing. And if we're going to end our run, we're going to end it in style. Press E. This gives us the toxic gold ending. And to end it in style, like I said, we want a electric ending. So we put electric arc onto our music note damage build. Hold up, hold up. But wait, there's more. Little laggy, but if you watch it back smooth, it actually looks much cooler. This is why I was looking for electric immunity, but we just didn't get it because we didn't go to parallel worlds or anything. Because if you get electric immunity and you have explosion immunity, you can use this build completely safe because the only thing that was really vulnerable to is the electric damage on it. I was safe from the explosion. Obviously, we locked in the win, so the toxic gold was hurting us too, but yeah. Chat, I had a ton of fun hanging out with you guys today. It was a good run, all bosses, fresh file. It was definitely a fun adventure. Ended up with Lively Concoction. I wish we would have gotten that earlier in the run. We could have done some really fun stuff with it, but oh well. There's always more. That's what makes Noita awesome. There's always more to do. I will be playing more Noita in about 15 hours. So that's why I'm going to go ahead and wrap things up for today because I'm very hungry. I'm starving to death. I'm starving, chat. I'm dying in here. I'm dying. I didn't eat before stream. I didn't eat during stream. And I've just had water. Lasias' stream, I would like to... Yes, thank you, Miser, for shouting him out. I definitely would like to show Lasias some love. For sure, for sure. Thanks for hanging out today, chat. I had a blast. Apparently, Lasias is streaming, according to some chatters. Let's see if this is a lie. You guys are known liars. You can't be trusted. You can't be trusted. Oh, shit, he is streaming. The Lasias says, unlocking missing progress in Noita so I can get back to win streaking. Missing progress? Oh, he may have been forced to do a fresh file, like new computer build, some shit like that could have happened. Yeah, Lil Lasias. Lil Lasias. Oh, Magikarp, you'll never let me down. Artorius, Woat, TNT, Tiger Man, Bobo, Conspicuous, Rio, Section, D4, Steffi, Simple Banana, Shauna, Luke, Airlix, Aqua, Inex. Thank you guys for hanging out with me today. Had a blast. I hope you're all having a great weekend. I mean, I hope there's some good gaming going down. I know a lot of you guys are just staring at the calendar, counting the hours till Silk Song comes out. I know you're hyped for that, but we were talking about games earlier. People were all over the place. People are playing a little bit of everything. But I have a feeling next week when I say, hey, what game are you guys playing right now? It's going to be unanimously everybody's spamming Silk Song. Just know that I won't be playing Silk Song on release. I will give you guys a week or two to play it. So for all you diehards, make sure you buy that shit as soon as possible and when it releases so that we can play it a week later and you won't be like, no spoilers, no spoilers. You'll be like, hey, I've already beat this shit. And then you can teach me how to beat it. Or, PoE 2, there was some Path of Exile shoutouts. I did see that today. There was some PoE. But chat, I'll be back in 15 hours. Thank you for the amazing day. Thank you for the support. Thank you for spending some of your weekend with me. And I'll be back in 15 hours, okay? Look at your clock. 15 hours from now, more Noita, more sweats. See you there, chat. Deuces.